Words so sharp, they cut right through. Real talk for the soul's appeal. Prayers rise up the wounds they heal. Lift our voices to the sky. A righteous perspective high. On this path we won't back down. For the Father wears the crown. Each step brings another fight. Breaking chains, we're seeking light. Voice of power won't be tamed. With His love, we're never shamed. Lift our voices to the sky. A righteous perspective high. On this path we won't back down. For the Father wears the crown. From the ashes we shall rise. Hope is found deep in our eyes. Every word a battle cry. With the Father none deny.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. Grace and peace and grace and peace and grace and peace to each and every one of you guys on this fine Tuesday morning. Appreciate you guys pulling up and hanging out with us this morning, man. We got a lot to get into. I'm struggling this morning, man. It's a struggle to get back, in the mix and in the thick of things, but we're gonna make it happen. We do appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that has pulled up. Hit the like button on the way in the building if you haven't done so already. Let me say what's up to my folks in the chat. And Hunter, if you could, I can't find your scripture of the day. So if you could send that over to me in some shape, way, form, or fashion, or just put it back in the chat or whatever, that would be great. But we do appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. We got a lot to get into. Let me introduce my folks real quick. We have Crystal from Crystal Beyond Labels in the building today. We have Celeste from Celeste_Duffy in the building. We have Mika from the Messy Conservative in the building. We have my brother Dave Anderson, the Business Bully, is in the building. No Minister Danzel today. He's a little under. We'll say he's under the weather. He's struggling with his voice, praising the Lord very hard over the weekend. So we won't have him with us this morning, but Lord willing, he'll be with us on Thursday. But we do appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. So hit the like button, super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. We do appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing over here. Thank you guys so much, man. It's great to be back home and great to be back with you guys, man. I mean, we've been out for about a week or so. So I'm looking forward to today's show. And I think we're going to have a really, really good conversation today. Let me say what's up to my folks in the chat. And if I can see, oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate you. Hunter starting us off properly with the verse of the day. It's out of 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. What's up, Deb? How you doing this morning? I thought I saw Hadassah in the building. Queen Bee's Art Hive is in the house. Shout out to you. Appreciate you guys pulling up. What's up, Lisa Lopez? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Let's see who else we got up in here early this morning. All right. I know I saw Lori Addison in the building. Shout out to Zeph. Appreciate you all pulling up. What's up, Nanny? What's up, Kirsten? What's going on, shipmate? How you doing today? What up, Nee? It's good to see you in the chat. Wolf Heart's in the building. Appreciate you. What up, LJ? How you doing this morning, sister? It's good to see you. What up, Dr. Tam? Oh, you done changed it now? You're Dr. Tam now? Oh, Lord. We got another one of these doctors up in. I'm not gonna talk bad about you, but I'm not a fan. If you're not a doctor, I don't think you should be calling yourself a doctor, on the internet. That's just me. But appreciate you pulling up, Tam. Thank you so much. What up, Deb? How you doing this morning? And hopefully Mama Longo is watching this morning as well. Good morning to you, ma'am. Appreciate you. What up, Manny? Rick Fox is in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you pulling up. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button for me on the way in the building. Appreciate you guys pulling up. I was trying to pull something up here and I wanted to get this over to B. And when I get a chance to do it, be on the lookout for it. It's going to come in the private chat as well. All right. So be on the lookout for that, B. But appreciate you pulling up, helping to keep things peaceful. Let me get ready to get my folks pulled up this morning. What up, Dave? How you doing this morning, brother?
Brother, if I had your hands, I cut mine off. I am good. I am blessed. I am handsome.
Okay. Somebody got to love it,
Oh, you know what?
Wifey's mamas.
Love it. Listen, blind people think I'm sexy. Okay. That's how this goes.
Hey, but appreciate you pulling up this morning.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Celeste? How you doing this morning, sister?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
Absolutely awesome. How are you, Celeste?
Good. In the absence of Minister Danzel, I can see that Crystal and I are going to have to maintain the standard now that you're on the show, Dave. But I want you to know I'm hydrated and I'm ready for you, okay? I'm ready.
That's what they all say. That's what they all
say. She said maintain the standard.
Absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
I got my prayer cloth ready.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Crystal? How you doing this morning, sister?
Good morning.
Great. Changing it up, huh? Okay, we see you.
Yeah, I switched it up a little bit, y'all. I had to switch it up.
Go ahead. Now that's
it's
cute.
protection time. I got to protect the hair. The hair.
All right. Okay. I see you guys.
Happy Tuesday to everyone and welcome back, guys, because I know you enjoyed your time off.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Brother Dave. I'm ready for the laughter. Like, I got some exercise in this weekend so I can laugh. And don't worry.
You need exercise to laugh?
Yeah, but for Dave, yes, because what will happen is like my face will hurt. I do the muscle exercises on my face and all that stuff.
You
so
stretch.
I'm ready.
Do you
stretches? Y'all putting a lot of extras on it right now. Y'all really are. Shout out to the chat that understands I am very mediocre at jokes.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Okay. What's up, Mika? How you doing today?
I just got my energy drink. That's all.
Lord Jesus. We done had this conversation.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, see, here we go.
It already started.
All right. Y'all are a trip, man. Y'all are a trip. Well, I'm glad to be back, back in the house, back in here with you guys. I missed you guys last week. Everybody in the chat. Mika, we was here on Tuesday, so you didn't miss anything,
Nah.
But Thursday and Friday, we was out. Much needed break, much needed vacay. So I'm glad to be back.
How was the vacation?
It was good. Got a nice little tan. You see, I'm almost matching the shirt. So, hey.
Looking like black on black crime.
Okay.
That sun over there is serious. That the first time I ever got sunburned was over there.
Yeah, it's nice.
So serious.
It's nice.
What kind of black are you?
What sun is that? What kind of sun is that?
Did you not pay the bill?
Can I
thought
tell
it was
you
the same sun, but you're talking about that Caribbean or Caribbean sun. It's different out there.
Back was burnt. I'm telling you.
Really? The only time I got burnt like that was in Dubai. Like I had like a real burn. It didn't matter if you had, if you had a hijab on or something to cover your face. Nothing mattered. It came through the cloth.
It did?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. So in future reference, because my sister burns so easily. Like we went to Miami, went to South Beach, and she was tanned for a year and a half.
Oh yeah, my hands have never recovered. My hands and my face do not match.
Wow.
Never recovered. That's how.
I haven't been to
harsh it
Dubai, but I
was.
have been to Saudi and I've been to Bahrain, and that's a different sun over there. That's a different kind of heat over there. But I wasn't trying to stay outside in it. You know, everywhere I could get in the AC, I was trying to get in the AC because it's smoking out there.
But it's like it follows you. It stays behind you like this. Oh no, you're not
Oh
running.
yeah.
You're not running.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, when you go outside at 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already $1.20, you like, why do y'all live here?
No.
Seriously, why do y'all live here?
I need to ask you, is it worse? Because when I went to Greece, I was like tortured. It's
hotter than Greece. It's hotter than Greece.
I so want to go to Greece.
Literally and figuratively.
Oh, this is turning me off. I'm dying to go to Greece.
I
really want to go to Santorini.
Santorini, I'm going to tell you right now, don't be fooled. The pictures are not Santorini. It's Ia. Because we thought when we got to Santorini, we were like, oh, okay, we're going to Santorini. That is like a whole entire desert over there. Okay. Ia is where all of the like the pictures that you see, the white rooftops.
Yes,
that's Ia. That's not Santorini. That I learned that very quickly.
Schedule change.
Yeah.
How you get around it? Just go in different seasons. Because I went. See, they all in the Middle East. They only have 2 seasons, hot and hotter.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
it.
much. That's
so
it.
If you go like in the November / January season, it's hot, but it gives you a little relief. If you go at any time in the summer, you can forget about it.
No.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's smoking out there. I couldn't do it.
I'll just call you when I'm going to plan the trip. I'm just going to call you.
Shout out to Eric Ramine coming through with the $2 super chat. Says Crystal getting ready for AOC pull up.
That part. You don't have your hair out when they say they're gonna pull up. When they're gonna pull out, you gotta have your hair like this. So when they ready, you ready.
Hey, and shout out to Eric, man. He was on the Garden Project Radio yesterday. Did a great job. He actually had a button up on. I was like, oh man, look at him. I'm like, him and AT was matching.
Oh wow.
Crystal did a good job the other day when she
did a good job.
There.
Oh, thank you, Mika. Thank you.
I was watching it.
It was interesting to talk about my torture on the dirty TikTok streets.
Oh my Lord.
Well, I have scheduled an appearance.
You shall watch.
Okay.
You shall watch.
You shall watch early in the morning. Ooh wee. What up, Rolando? How you doing, man? $5 super chat says, Wise, I tried texting you, but my phone is on the fritz. If you need my link, I can send it in email. No, I got it, bro. You sent it to me yesterday. I got it. We got it. And speaking of Rolando, I want to bring this up. B, if you could you drop that link in the chat? Rolando going through some things. He fell, you know what? Yeah, he told me the story. I could tell the story. So Rolando fell off of a motor scooter downtown, face first, planted. We're gonna drop the GoFundMe. He needs some assistance. In helping going through. He's got a lot of the work done, but there's some additional things that he needs done that insurance isn't covering. So, if you guys would like to support Rolando, I don't know if I can show the, I don't know if I want to show y'all the footage. I'm not. It's not good, but he definitely needs some assistance. B, if you could drop the link in the chat for the GoFundMe for this brother, any of you guys that would like to help him and support him. I believe he like a couple teeth got knocked out. Like it's bad, it's bad. But when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, snaps!" Oh,
you're not making him feel any better. Wise.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't feel good. It didn't look either. Oh, there goes B.
There goes B.
All right, B. But yeah, B, it's in the private chat. So if you could drop that link in the chat for me, that would be great. And Dave has something going on today, or is it today? When is it?
No, it's this Friday. I'm doing a wealth masterclass. It's 2 hours with me live, going through your business, how to grow, how to scale. So for all you cheapos, and I understand how it is because I'm expensive. I'm a high class date. I wanted to do this so that you could actually get answers because it's people who shall remain nameless who are on this day. So I ain't going to point at nobody there or there or there. You might want to come get this because I'm answering all your questions. Nothing's being held back. It is taking place. It's absolutely free. There is nothing for sale. All you have to do is register. All you got to do is click the link. I gave the link to B, and I really want you guys to pull up because we're going to talk about wealth strategies. We're not going to play the stuff that we play on the internet where, oh, I have a rented Airbnb. No, I got a small little house. It's like 200,000. You know, I don't really have much, you know, it's just like a hovel, but it's paid off. And I put my money in my business. And we talk about wealth building and securing your wealth. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you're able to keep and how you can grow your business in a real way. So if you are a person that is tired of getting that biweekly insult every 2 weeks that you call a paycheck, I suggest you pull up. Not like AOC, because if AOC come this way, I got some Vaseline in the straight edge with her name on it. I'm just saying.
Vaseline in the straight edge. We different down here in the South, man. We believe in 2A. Believe in it wholeheartedly.
Oh, bro,
we different.
Don't show us.
Don't show us. Don't show us.
No. I love my president. See, I don't love my president. So I have 3 45s, and because he got reelected, I got myself a 47 with an AK in front of it.
All right, now 47.
All right.
I love the president. I'm gonna exercise my rights.
Shout out to Dr. Tam G coming through. She done changed it to Dr. Tam G. We got to talk about this, Tam G.
You better talk about YouTube member.
You know, you hadn't seen what's going on with Cheyenne Bryant. You know, you ain't seen that. Like, come on now.
I keep like
appreciate you, Tam G.
We talk about her. Should I eventually talk about her? Maybe.
Shout out to Tam G, been a member, says doctor was to mess with AT this morning on our show. Got you. Okay. All right. Shout out to Tam G coming through. $20 super chat says good morning, Mika, Crystal, Mika, Celeste, Crystal, Dave, and Brother Wise, the DR that added to my name today. Okay, the doctor was added to the name today with AT. You had to watch the show to understand why I did it. Love y'all. Okay. I ain't knocking it. You know, I'm just saying, you know, you get out here, everybody all of a sudden a doctor, they get on the internet, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, you could just be you and give good advice. You could do that. You don't have to claim to be a doctor.
All you had to do was be a life coach. He was pretty enough, but again,
well, that too. I mean, it don't take much to get that life coach certification. Like everybody's a life coach.
You don't even need a certification to be a life coach. All you got to do is fix somebody's life. All you gotta do is fix somebody's life.
Look, they had to make a course. They had to make money, so they made a course.
Yeah, there is a course, and there is a cert. I'm sure you could probably just pay for. You could skip the course and just pay for the cert, and now you're a certified life coach. You know.
Yeah, listen, I'm saying that's why I have a song on my next album called "Auntie Got a Ring Light." Why do I act like this? That's Auntie got a ring light, now she got a plan. No, you're not. No,
I am not ready for you.
Tell him, Auntie.
Got a ring light.
Auntie got a ring light.
Tell him, Auntie. No, because you know when y'all start to hit 40, all of a sudden y'all got so much to say. Y'all got all these courses about how you need to leave your man, but your man is on the couch. Auntie got a ring light.
You
broke as hell. Telling you how to make money. Look, anytime I come in here and tell the truth, y'all either laugh at me or shake your heads.
Both is applicable.
Exactly.
Yeah, both. Absolutely. Thank you, Rolando. $2 super chat says lawsuit on the way. Believe that. Thank you, Wise. Oh man, you're welcome, bro. You welcome.
Get that money.
Yeah. I would say I don't know any good lawyers. I don't know any good lawyers these days.
Good lawyers like a little bit pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like jumbo shrimp. It's oxymoron, Wise.
Yeah. But appreciate you guys. I want to start here. Just question more or less. Last week, I think it came out Tuesday last week after the show. NAACP is asking young black ball players, football, basketball, baseball, to boycott accepting a scholarship from the SEC and that NIL money. I want to start with you, Dave. What are your thoughts on that? I know you saw your boy Roland Martin come out there, you know, and another older lady was like, I know we asking them to sacrifice for us, but these people are ridiculous, man.
Why is it I have to start this show off talking about selections from the go to my iPad? You got to jump in his ass section of the internet. See, this is the problem. See, this is the problem with you simple Simons, okay? See, these athletes don't understand sacrifice. First of all, this man has not sacrificed one meal since 1993. That part is clear. What athleticism has he shown except for bad twerking that no one wants to see, gay or straight? I'm pretty sure the rainbow community is like, no, Roland, stay in the closet, sir. Just go and stay in the closet. We already know what it is. To ask athletes to punish universities for Democrats not being able to rig the system in all black districts that span hundreds of miles is as ridiculous as the fact that Roland Martin has a beard that stops like right here, but he's still got all this chin meat under here. Like, if you had a beard to kind of disguise the chin, it's like a fat woman in the club who wears a big ass belt like she stole it from the Santa Claus from the mall. You know what I'm talking about? As if we can't tell that your back is big and your hips is wide. Like, we see it. Why are you doing this? To tell, and then I don't know who these married, it's like he has a rotating cacophony. Cacophony. It's a word. He has listen, I'm a doctor of thoughtonomics. He has a rotating cacophony of people who just go, yep. They need to sacrifice. First of all, we understand, because y'all love saying this, only 2% of athletes in college make it to the league. What you don't talk about is the 60 to 80% of those athletes who actually find a career in the thing that they majored in. I know people who got D1 volleyball scholarships who are now world famous podiatry surgeons. I know people who were basketball players who are now business consultants and accountants. It is a path. And if you know anything about college as a parent and an uncle who paid for college at a prestigious HBCU, my daughter cost $186,383.63 cash. You know how expensive and how debilitating that is on the majority of people who look like us. But here's what I want to ask you guys. Have you heard about Roland Martin, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, any of these people giving any money to supplement the sacrifice they're telling these people to make while they sit comfortably in their very nice paid for DNC bought studios and homes? How about no? Spoiler alert, they always want to make sure that the young people suffer so that they don't have to. And people get mad when I say this is why the boomers need to respectfully expire. And the first half of Gen X needs to sit down too. Millennials and late Gen Xers are going to save this country if y'all got out of the way. But the big economic plan of punishing student athletes by going to schools as if scholarships are just falling off of trees and you got something supplemental. Then don't get me started on Timu Obama. Don't get me started on these mean, evil people talking about they're taking away our voting rights. If they're taking away our voting rights, then why are you still telling us to vote? If they're taking away our voting rights, why are you prioritizing making sure ICE isn't anywhere near a polling place? If they're taking away our voting rights, how come I went down to the Jewish synagogue in my neighborhood to vote and I had my ID ready to go and they said we don't need it? Miss me with all this BS. And please understand that asking these student athletes to sacrifice something when you're not even coming up with something supplementary to fix the problem that these kids are trying to solve, which is generational wealth for their families and life-changing experiences, is absolutely asinine. I'm sorry for the rant. That's how I feel. You already know. I still have the Dave Anderson, Roland Martin push-up challenge. I'm still waiting because we know he can't lift anything heavier than a fork with some food on it.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I went and voted. Crystal did a video and just trolled the heck out of them. I went and voted on Tuesday last week, before I rolled out, and I had zero issues. There was a ton of black folks in there, and I'm in the South, and there was a ton of black folks in there. Half the people working the polls were black. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? And the thing is, I'm like, HBCUs, they also get federal money as well. So are you telling the young folks they should boycott those schools that are majority in the South in these same districts that you're talking about? Should they also boycott them? It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't.
It makes perfect sense because here's the thing, bro. You got to look at this from a structural perspective. Democrats never have a plan, and they never think anybody's going to pull back the curtain. Democrats are the Cheyenne Bryan of politics. They sound like they know what they're talking about. They look like they know what they're talking about. People get enamored with them because they're charming and they say all the right things, and they got a Timu Obama factory long as my arm. But when you start to just peel back the layers a little bit, when you start to pull back the curtain a little bit, when you start to do an ounce of Googling, you will find that they're full of it and they can't produce receipts. And that's why they're trying to shift the focus over here. Did the Congressional Black Caucus or the NAACP offer scholarships to these athletes they're asking to sacrifice? Heck no. You see how much I respect you, Wise? I haven't cussed you out. But they're really starting to perturb me because it's BS. Without a plan, you're causing the very thing you don't want. Because if I can't go to school and I'm going back to my neighborhood where there's no job and no opportunity, you know where the opportunity lies in? Knocking you upside the head and robbing you. But nobody want to have that conversation. When I say that, I'm being too extreme. And Crystal, the fact that you went and exposed them people is exactly why men are afraid of you. Because they're afraid that anytime you're going to whip out the camera, I figured it out. I'm like, because Crystal's pretty, she's smart, she's sweet. And now I figure you out here exposing people. You got to back that off.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Dave, I had no choice. I had no choice because Ryan Michelle Bath, Sterling K's wife, she decided to come for me. So I had to go and deal with her.
You lying? You know she got a $4 million net worth. How's she coming for you?
She was like, I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but civil rights leaders and MLK Jr. amongst them asked the children of Birmingham, Alabama to march, and they did. The children were arrested and thrown in jail. Then a church across the street from the park where they were arrested, those children were blown up. Unalive, 4 little girls and maiming 1. Our children are not pawns, but they do suffer the consequences of the lack of civil and voting rights in this country. And if you can ask children to be repeatedly hit by 6'5", 225-pound men for money, then asking them to go to a different school to help secure their rights and the rights of Black Americans seems like a small ask. I said, well, why don't you ask? Here's my small ask. Why don't you give up all your money? Since you have so much to say. Because I don't understand why they keep coming to the children. Back then that was one thing, but you in 2026, since Ryan has something to say, Roland has something to say, Michelle has something to say, they act like we lost voting rights. I had to show them because people seem to think we lost voting rights. And I went there looking for Jim Crow to come and get me because Jim Crow was somewhere supposed to be there to come snatch me up or something like that. So I just had to show them because clearly I must have missed. They must have missed giving that memo to Georgia because I was able to walk in there like my brother Wise. There were Black people working the polls, so I'm very confused by this whole we're losing our voting rights, and so I had to point out again to her to forfeit her money, and she tells me that if I could forfeit all of my money and all of my work here in Hollywood, I would move to another country if I could. That I would make money for 4 to 5 years of it. Ma'am, be quiet. You sound ignorant. You sound absolutely ignorant.
Well, go ahead.
And this is the thing with all of these people. They're like talking heads. They get up there and they talk foolishness. And then you have people that defend them. You should, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought TikTok was dirty streets. Threads is like a cesspool. Okay. Instagram Threads is a cesspool. These people are crazy over there. And these people, if I get mammy gifts and memes of raccoons and all kinds of stuff on my when I make a post. But I'm like, listen, again, y'all are the ones that actually believe that you can't vote. At least I know I can vote. So who's the one that has the raccoon issue? Who are the mammies around here? It ain't me because I go in there and vote. The thing is, they will keep going to these poor people because, like I said, because I reacted to that too, Wise. I said, I have a cousin who's currently being scouted between D1 and D2 right now. He's being scouted. And the thing is, the audacity of the NAACP, the CBC, and every celebrity that's joining with them, Roly Poly and the rest of them, they weren't with the parents when the parents were going out there, investing in these children, taking them where they need to go, taking them to all the practices, going without to make sure their kids attain the dream that they're trying to attain. They weren't with them with those sacrifices. They know nothing about these children, but to have the audacity to tell them to give it up, mismute all your foolishness. Why don't y'all give up? Like I told Sunny and The View, Why don't y'all go ahead and give up your paychecks? In fact, boycott. We don't want to see you on TV. You all can come off the TV. Show us. Lead by example. Show us, please, please, please. Just don't.
Cloudy Hostin need to do that anyway.
Exactly.
Reparations.
Support it, and then I would believe that y'all believe what y'all are saying. That's how I feel.
Go ahead, Mika.
No, I agree with Crystal. And I said it. I say it again. Cloudy Hostin needs to give up her money anyway. She owes reparations. Okay, for Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Anywho, Cloudy Hostin. Yeah. Here's the thing about it. About 2 weeks ago, I did a video on Joy Reid, and Joy Reid was talking to DL Hughley, and DL made mention of it then. And so I know he's an insider shield for them. So I knew this was coming up, right? And now here we are 2 weeks later with this. So I mentioned it then because he made a small mention about it. And when you look at it, okay, if these children don't go to these schools, what other opportunities do they have? Okay, because you look at somebody like Michelle Obama, who comes from a good family, and she said out of her own mouth, she didn't have the qualifications or the scores to actually get into where she went to. Yep. So with that being said, what do you think these children's opportunities are? All right. And then even to Crystal's point about the sacrifice of the parents, a lot of the times, because a lot of my family played sports, a lot of the times it's not even the families, it's the schools going above and beyond, the coaches going above and beyond to get these boys these places. You have people talking about my mama the real MVP when it wasn't your mama at all. It was the coach doing every and everything for you and doing the sacrifice. So there's outside individuals that get these young men to be where they are, and they don't get the, they don't get the accolades or, the acknowledgement, but they're invested in young men, especially young colored men's futures. And for the NAACP, the organization for the advancement of colored people, which I don't know what colored people, because the last 4 people that they have endorsed have been white. At the end of the day, what are we?
I mean, they will come back and say white is a color, so you're good. They're fine.
It absolutely is a color.
Check
on what spectrum? Because here's the thing about it: you're saying that there's a disparaged there's a disparity between where white students are and black students, but you're taking away one of the advantages, because playing sports is a talent that all kids have, right? But this group of individuals have a lesser chance of succeeding anywhere outside of that, or getting outside of their bubble to see that there's something greater than where they are. So even if they don't go to the NFL or whatever sport that they're playing, it's just like Dave said, they have opportunities to be doctors, to be anything else other than posted up on the block. So when I look at it, it just looks like the continuation of the agenda of the white liberal, because there's absolutely no way that you would tell these children to go out there and risk their, as they like to say, their black bodies and sit out here and risk their entire future that they may never get again. They may never get that opportunity again because they're only young at this point in time. It's the same road that I see when we tell young women, oh, don't worry about finding a man. Don't worry about what you're doing at 20, 21. You can worry about it later. You're setting young people, especially young people of color, up for failure. And I think it's done on purpose.
No, you're absolutely right. They're when I saw this, and I saw that clip from DL Hughley with him and Joy Reid, back, and I thought it was stupid then. And then when the NAACP comes out and they do their press conference, I'm like, this right here is a sign that they are done. They're grasping for straws. They're grasping for straws. And the thing is, it also lets me know too, they know nothing about football in the South. College football in the South is everything.
Yep.
It's everything. It's bigger than the NFL. I'm just saying, it's way bigger than the NFL. The stadiums are bigger. And okay, maybe there's a handful of quote unquote black players that decide that they won't go and play. Do you think they won't fill those slots up?
Absolutely.
You think they won't fill those slots up? And guess what? The people are still going to pull up to the stadium. UT holds 110, 115,000 people. University of Alabama holds 90 to 100,000 people. The people are still going to pull up. They're not going to lose $1 off of this. They're not going to lose any money. But
and why I'll say this too, they make it seem like it's just the, you know, the black boys that are, you know, coming from poverty. You have a lot of white kids,
of course,
also are vying for these spots. They come from poverty.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, they're competing. I mean, when you start talking about the D1 level, then we're also talking about SEC, right? The D1 level, I mean, out of all the high school players that play college football or play high school football, more or less, I mean, we're talking maybe 1% of those players actually would even have the opportunity to play, you know, Power 5, big D1 football. So, I mean, we're talking about a very, 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 very small percentage of people. But these people, they get NIL deals. And it's not really about the NFL money. It's really about that six-figure bag that they'll get at 18 years old. You know, $300,000-$400,000 could be upwards into the millions. And you're asking them to forego that opportunity that will go to someone else. I promise you, somebody will take that opportunity
Quickly
for your failure. For districts that have failed black folks for 50 or 60 years.
That part.
With no actual plan on how you're going to make this happen or how you're going to improve things in these districts if they were to revert back to the way they were.
To come back to what?
Exactly. Exactly. Crystal covered it, you know, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Like all of these, every last one of these districts that they're fighting for are awful. They're crime-ridden, they're poor, and that's by design. Schools, the academics are trash. What are y'all fighting for? And what are you asking these young people to put their livelihoods on the line for? It makes no sense. Celeste, I'll give you the last word on this. We'll keep it moving.
I think it's a psyop. I don't believe in it at all. I think that the NAACP, now let's rewind back for a moment. The last time we heard any real clanking and clamoring out of the NAACP, if you remember, was the gentleman down in Florida who issued a travel advisory for Black Americans to not go to Florida because Governor Ron DeSantis had pulled Black history out of the schools, and therefore, and now if I understand this correctly, Florida tourism has not suffered. I know many Black people who are spending great amount of time down at Miami Beach and other areas in Florida. So I think that this will be as successful as their last effort to issue the travel advisory. But I think this is what this does, and I think I'm not sure who remember who brought it up, but about using the children in the civil rights movement. So what this is about is two things. Number one, punishing Southern schools. What they're hoping is that they could maybe get a few of the top picks to not go or go somewhere else, and therefore they could punish the Southern schools. And if they could get more than a few, then they could use the children as leverage for a power move that they don't have. Because but for that, they have nothing. In the end, it comes down to this. The NAACP is not going to overturn the Supreme Court. This is a done deal. It is over. It is finished. All of this is psyoping and prostrating yourself and positioning yourself and pimping before the people to try and convince somebody to do something that will give you some leverage that you can walk allegedly into the halls of power with something, because at the moment you've got nothing. And if you can't get these young Black, and why they're not asking, because they said this was a national thing and it was across party lines, why aren't they asking these young white men to forgo their futures? and go continue to live a life of poverty on behalf of Blacks who can already vote. Why aren't they asking them to do anything? I keep saying that they're spreading us like peanut butter. Stop making, they said this is not a Black issue. If it's not a Black issue, why is it only Black athletes are being asked to commit this, I don't know what this is, maturation, suicide, whatever it is you can do to help grow up. No, stop. Don't do it. Turn around, go back. I think the whole thing is a psyop. I think they know they're not going to get anyone, the same way they knew that they weren't going to stop people from visiting the great state, free state of Florida, but they have otherwise nothing to say. And it is deeply disturbing to me to find out that possibly the originator of this very ridiculous plan is D.L. Hughley. I mean, it was bad enough that he wasn't funny, and now he's not smart. Where can he go after this?
I was going to say that.
He ain't never been smart. He barely got a GED. I'm sorry, Celeste. No.
And I was thinking it at the same time. I was like, D.L. Hughley is smart.
This is the same person. This is the same person that is lecturing young Black people on what they need to do. But when his own daughter got assaulted by his friend, he didn't believe his daughter because he liked his friend too much. This is the person you want to listen to? This moron? Look, Mika is taller than D.L. Hughley. Respectfully. I'm sorry. I was sitting here quiet. I had my mic on mute, but I apologize. I'm going to go back.
All right. Well, I'll say
Give
this.
myself a drink of water.
I'll say this. Maybe he wasn't smart, but he did put on glasses. So he did do that. So, okay. But the point is, they have nothing and there is nowhere to go. And they've got a bunch of rabid radical leftists as their base clamoring for action, and they can't go to them and say, we have nothing for you. This is one we lost. We're going to have to take this L. They cannot do that. So what they're going to do to try and stop further demoralizing their base is to gin up this ridiculous idea that they know no one's going to do, but they can gather on the Capitol steps and get 2 microphones and pretend that they have some option of recourse. And then they can go back to their rabid leftist base and say, it wasn't us. The athletes wouldn't do it. That's why there's no vital right. It wasn't us. So they can immediately throw the yoke of responsibility from themselves. The whole thing is a game. Democrats, you lost this one. This is the L. And I say Democrats because this is not about Black votes. This is about Democrat votes. Democrats, This is an L. Y'all took the L on this one. There's nowhere to go on this. There just isn't. Sorry. You're going to have to regroup, do something else, get candidates that are attractive to large masses of your constituency, and try and go forward and rebuild and meet, have coffee, talk, console one another. I don't know what to tell you, but you took the L on this one. There's nowhere to go. And these athletes are not under no, we don't even have to talk about somebody wish they could tell them. They're not doing it. The same way Black people, as soon as they got the advisory, gassed up the car and went to Florida. They're not doing it.
No, they're not. Folks aren't. I mean, the thing is, who's listening to the NAACP like that for real?
No.
Why liberals?
And yeah, basically, that's it.
Well, they
when you get
they don't have to say nothing to them.
When the president of the NAACP, who makes $867,000, can get out here on TV and tell you, hey, I know I'm making almost $1 million a year, but you can give yours up. You know what I'm saying? On our behalf. Because if you notice, I don't know if you guys watched the press conference, but he never actually said like, hey, you're going to give this and this is what we're going to do for you for you doing this. No, they just was like, no, just give us.
They never do. And Roland was over there the other night talking about, well, they're talking about, what is that? Is that question? What is the NAACP offering? And he said, they say they never speak to Black folks. He was like, they do. They speak to this coalition and this coalition and this coalition. Meanwhile, Spencer Pratt is down there in the hood, South Central LA.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can just walk down there and talk to people and see what they think about these things and how it's going to affect them. Okay, if I give you this, then what's going to happen? But the NAACP don't want to do that because the NAACP is only there to shield the white liberals and their agenda. They just need a colored face.
The black face
Yeah,
always.
that's
It's
it.
always black face.
That's it. We'll read a couple super chats. We'll keep it moving. Shout out to Tam G coming through. $10 super chat says, this is what the conversation was about. So that's why I did it. Okay. Shout out to Tam G. $5 super chat says, I love Messy Dave and Mika. Messy Dave. Oh, Messy Dave.
I put on glasses so you would think I'm intelligent, yet I still get called messy.
That's why I wear mine.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Opposing Countess. $2 super chat says, none are good. Bible, but lawyer here. Okay. Shout out to Danielle Manning coming through. $10 super chat says, good morning, ARP family. What's up, brother Dave? And bubble wrap sister Celeste. LOL. Oh, love.
Bubble wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said that last Tuesday. They said bubble wrap.
I remain
bubble wrap.
protected.
Protected. Keep her protected. Shout out to 2020 Vision. $5 super chat says, guess who funded the HBCUs? These morons. Yeah, that was Trump. Yeah.
It was Trump. Absolutely Trump.
Shout out to Tam G, gifting 20 ARP family memberships. Thank you, Tam G. We appreciate you, sister. Mr. 005 said, kids, go get your bag. Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Don't listen to these old folks.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Eric Plummer coming through. $5 super chat says, good day, peoples. Crystal, that I voted video was fire. I thought it was
I
hilarious.
got to see it.
I
was
thought it
really
was
good. She
hilarious.
was
I'm like,
like,
Crystal out here
"I'm gonna
trolling.
go
I was
see
like,
if I can
man, she
vote."
better be safe. I hope she don't have her location on her phone or something. You're gonna have folks, they're gonna pull up on you for real.
Oh, my location is never on.
Like AOC.
Good. Make sure you don't do that.
She
You
got
know,
her
you
head
see these
down.
youngins, they be out in the streets,
You got it.
on live with the location on, and it's just nothing good comes from that.
Hey, do
Nothing
you
good.
know where I'm from?
Hmm?
You keep talking about AOC. You know where I'm from?
Where you
You
from?
know, you know
You
about the
from-
blades in the mouth? What?
Mhm.
Tell me about AOC. You know about them blades in the mouth, though.
You know I
she
do.
might come down there. She might come pull up on you.
What's she gonna do?
She
Make
talking
her a
about pull up
drink?
behind a bulletproof glass.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All she gonna do is bartend. That's all she gonna do.
I said
She's
is she
serving
the
drinks at the pull up.
I was gonna say, really, you could pour me a lemonade for my refreshments. You can do
I
that.
don't even trust her knowing how to squeeze the lemons right.
No, somebody else made it. She can pour it.
Mhm.
Oh.
Shout out to
believe she's that
Francesca
intelligent.
Manning coming through with the $20 super chat says, good morning, panel. I went to vote last Thursday here in Texas, and no Jim Crow 2.0 at the polls here. Had my ID voter registration card just in case. And what do you know? I was able to cast my ballot. Yeah.
Wesley
They don't even
Hunt
know how to
put those
oppress people
people
right.
on notice. Wesley Hunt did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he did.
Putting them
Yes, he
people.
did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shout out to Cap America coming through with the $20 super chat. Says, I guarantee you, when some of these college students and athletes take the bait 5+ years later, when they're putting fries in the bag, they're going to say, what I did was noble, but they're not going to believe it.
No.
5 years from now, no one will be putting fries in the bag. That will be robots.
That part.
Yeah, it's called a
So
flippy.
those,
You mean 5 years from now when they have that UBI,
yeah,
that universal basic income?
yeah,
Income.
pretty much.
Let me just answer the question on everybody's mind. No, fries do not go with that shake.
No.
Okay.
Tam G with the $5 super chat says, the messy conservative Mika and Dave, I love my Monday show.
That was
Thank
fun.
you.
I was watching, but I was doing stuff, and I was like, the two of y'all. I was like, I can't. I'm just not ready.
I don't understand what y'all talking about. We just having a conversation. We just reviewing what happened in the news.
I'm
just having a
messy. The
conversation.
news is messy, and
That's all.
we're gonna clean
I
it
just
up.
feel like I'm
News
I'm pointing out the obvious. I just don't understand what y'all laughing at.
Delirious. You're so delirious.
Let's go down to DC. I want to play this clip for you. A young lady goes to Meridian Park, and she is like pleasantly surprised. Now, I would assume because this is a young lady in DC, I'm almost for certain she's a Democrat. But hey, at least they can give props, where props is due.
I'm gonna dox myself because I'm moving, but I've lived near Meridian Hill Park in DC for almost 2 years now, and the water's never been in the pond there. This has never happened before. I was always too afraid to come here because of the homeless people, but they're all gone. And it seriously looks like Paris. I mean, I've never seen this many people out here. I mean, look, everyone is enjoying it. Everybody. A year ago, Trump said he was going to clean out DC, and he did. It is clean, it's calm, it's quiet, except for the Chipotle down in Navy Yard, apparently this weekend, but I wasn't there for that. The homeless are out. The birds are chirping. The water is in. The ponds. The fountains are working. Thank you, Mr. This is the benefit of having a construction man as your president.
DC is a whole lot different since President Trump been president. You got the National Guards everywhere. You have more flags up when you're in the station. Capitol's right there. There's no barricade. You have less homeless on the streets. It's just everything just seems so much better, man. Because President Trump understands and he respects this country. He said the motorcade, when he first became president, the motorcade drove through DC, and he was like, he couldn't believe how many homeless were on the streets, how dirty the city was, and just certain parts of the city was just, he was like, nah, for this to be the United States of America, the country that gives subsidies to other countries, the so-called greatest country in the world. He said, we gotta do better than this. And since he became president, say what you want to say, the city has become a whole lot cleaner. And it seems as if foreigners are the only people that appreciate the United States. I'm a foreigner. If I say I hate the United States, because the Democratic Party always trying to tell you that the United States is the worst country in the world. It was made through slavery and everything negative about the United States. But yet, people from all over the world are here. Willingly, they came here, brought their families here. People from all over the world, even the countries that's supposed to be your enemies, Chinese are here. You have Russians that live in the United States. A lot of people understand this is a country of where dreams come true. A lot of people understand that. And I think black people, black Americans especially, because Africans understand that. Africans left their home. We left our home and we came here. We don't care about what happened 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 400 years ago. How is it now? It's existential. What's going on now? If you got foreigners that's here complaining about the United States, they left their home and came here and they're complaining about the United States. The only people that don't appreciate the United States to me, well, it's mostly black folks because they're being brainwashed by the Democratic Party. The party that's part of this government, getting paid by this government, telling you that this is the worst country in the world. But see, you get a passport, but nobody's leaving. You know why? Because there's nowhere else to go.
Joseph, yeah, because it's so hot out here today. But those who came out here tell me that they're just so happy that the fountains have reopened and are flowing, as you can see, because they say they provide a fresh space for both locals and tourists to enjoy areas like this one all over our city, especially with the warmer months ahead.
This is the most amount of people I've seen here ever. It's incredible, and it's a lot cooler, and people just enjoying, and this is amazing.
It's great. We love being in the city and having an outdoor space that's safe and clean and open like this is fantastic. It's one of the best features of DC.
It's so nice. It's really, really a big improvement over not having the fountains on. Obviously, it's drawing a lot of people to the park.
The U.S. Department of Interior says the renovation work here at Meridian Hill Park is part of the president's efforts to keep D.C. safe and beautiful ahead of America 250 celebrations, and the project is part of the $10 million budget assigned to the National Park Service. And we're expecting to continue to see renovations out here with certain grass areas closed in the park's upper lawn. And although they may remain closed into the summer, those that were out here today tell us they're just glad to see that investment, those funds being put into improving areas like this one for everybody to enjoy. So it is definitely hot out here today, but we've seen a lot of people come here and also tell us this is the busiest time that they have seen this park.
Mickey, you get the first word. Our resident DC insider.
I grew up in Washington, D.C. I grew up in Upper Northwest, and I'm telling you, you would be able to, as a kid, just to go to any of these parks. Okay, I didn't go up too far from that park, You're able to go to any of these parks. They were free. You just sit outside, you have picnic, all that good stuff, and you can just lay out there and have fun. All of that about, I want to say 2010 just came to a abrupt stop. Like once Obama got in there, you started seeing things shut down. You started seeing just things just go awry. The homelessness became an issue. And people cannot tell me that it's not because of the Democratic policies, because I'm not a fan of George Bush, but it didn't look like that. It did not look like that under George Bush. And even I would say even the DC mayors and those people, they got even more radical and more liberal as you went along. Like it's so different. So to see what Trump is doing is absolutely phenomenal. Because I can tell you right now, when I moved out here to Maryland, it was because I didn't want to live in DC. I didn't want to live in none of that. Like I grew up in a house that's almost worth $1 million, and you can go down the street and there's somebody, standing on the corner. There's somebody pooping. Like it's like California. It's exactly like California. So you're paying all this money, you're paying all these property taxes, and nothing works, nothing is safe. Like it's abysmal. So to see that is absolutely phenomenal. To have people just to be able to go outside, everybody's struggling with anxiety, everybody's struggling with depression. Go outside and get some vitamin D. Go outside and walk on the grass, get grounded, touch the grass, as Crystal says. And then go and talk with people, because a lot of people's problem is they don't have anybody to talk to. So things like this can fix those very little things. And I think it's phenomenal. So that's my thought process as a Washingtonian, born and raised.
Celeste?
Well, I would just like to say and pick up where Mika left off. If you become likable and you make yourself likable, you will have people to talk to. And part of the problem is these people are like cloudy hosting. They're sad and they're negative, and then they want to know why nobody wants to talk to you. That is why. Just in case you were wondering why no one wants to talk to you, it's because you're not likable. That's what it is. Become likable. It'll be no problem. People will stand in line to talk to you if you're likable. I'm very happy to see the nation's capital represented in such a way that is befitting of the greatness of the nation that we are. And I think the gentleman, I believe he's from Africa, hit the nail on the head. The plain facts are as the plain facts have always been, and much to the chagrin of the Democrat Party, which is you can say what you want, but the facts on the ground say that it's a lie, because the truth is everyone is coming here. And for the most part, nobody here is going anywhere else. And it's not just because there's nowhere else to go. It's because there's nowhere better to go. If there were someplace better to go, people would go there. People, which we have innate within us a desire to be and live our most maximally developed and best selves. Some human beings actually cultivate that in themselves and want to be successful. If there were a place that was better than this, where you could do that more easily, where your family could be healthier, where your families could be safer, where your children could have better options, they would go. People would go. The reason nobody's going is because there's nothing better. And they know that. And just like in the last segment, the PSYOP they try to pull on getting athletes to pretend there's some other future for them other than these extraordinary options with these D1 schools. They're trying to get Democrats to pretend that there's some other living options other than the United States that could be better for them. Y'all go out there and see. Why is you keep playing these stories of these people that take them up on these offers and then start doing TikToks talking about how they want to come back home and they didn't realize what it was going to be like somewhere else and all of that. Look, y'all go out there and keep just make sure you film it so we can watch. But keep going out taking these people on these fool's errands they keep getting you to run. Go ahead and keep doing it. But the fact of the matter is the rest of the world has already known this and figured this out and is doing everything they can. Walking, planes, trains, automobiles, flip-flops, whatever, trying to get over here. So you sitting here in your sadness and your anxiety and the difficulties of America, go ahead. Listen, to be honest, we don't need all that unpleasantness. So as soon as you exit stage left, it's better for us anyway. But go ahead and keep running on these people's fool's errand and see what the rest of the world has to offer you. Because I can promise you this, it is not better than what you have here in the United States. And the capital should reflect that.
You're absolutely right, Celeste. I want to take it a step further and just, if we look at the cities around the country and we look at states around the country and you compare and contrast, you see people fleeing from blue states,
correct,
moving to red states in red cities. And you're seeing this happen at an all-time high because there's a stark contrast between the two places. You know, I lived up there in the DMV area, I remember going to DC. I remember going early, and I remember going, around the time, after President Obama, and I guess that's from 2010. And you could kind of say, honestly, you could say that about Maryland in general. From about 2010 on, it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. Like every year, it just got a little worse. I moved here in 2009. You don't realize it because you live in it. But if you actually, it's like going to New York City. Yeah, I remember going to New York City early 2000s. You go to New York City today, it's night and day.
Yeah,
night and day in comparison. In comparison to what it was. And I think that's, what we're experiencing right now in America. People are actually getting a chance to see the tale of two types of rule of law or policies or agendas. Mm-hmm. You're getting a chance to see it, and you can actually now compare what it lives like, what it is to live in a blue-led state or blue cities. And if you ever venture out and travel to, somewhere, that's considered quote unquote a red state, it really will make you question your life. Like, why am I still living in these places?
But you know what?
Dave travels a lot. I know you've lived all over the place. But even now, where you're at now, and then you go to other places, you're like, man, what am I doing? Like
listen,
why am I still here?
As soon as I can get back to Texas, I will be there. Oh yes, I will be there. I ain't got to worry about where I can, because Jersey is literally 10 minutes from my house. So, you can't have a weapon in Jersey, concealed carry here. Texas, you got your gun? Cool.
That's it. That's it.
It is what it is. But
no permit, no class, no, none of that.
No, none of that. You don't need no 235 certification training like you're going to be Paul Blart Mall Cop. I just real quick, Brother Wise, because I want to be fair to the audience, right? I feel like we should throw the Democrats a bone because the NAACP is not doing it. The Congressional Black Caucus is not doing it. The people who are complaining with their ring lights are not doing it. So it's up to us here at ARP in the Morning to do it. I have taken it upon myself as a businessman and an entrepreneur who's having a wealth masterclass this Friday. I have come up with a list of jobs that these students can have if they decide to take Roland Martin and these morons up on their offer for the cause. I'm only going to read the top 5. Number 5, Amazon warehouse sprinter. All that speed is finally paying off for the touchdown for Section C, Show 15, Booth 12. Number 4.
Oh, God.
Nightclub promoter. Why are we laughing? I'm dead serious. Ladies Free Before 11 is basically the same as NIL, but just with more cologne and less dignity. I'm only reading the top 5. Number 3. Personal trainer at a gym called Beast Mode Fitness, because specializing in yelling one more rep while still owing Sally Mae money for the semester you didn't finish is phenomenal strategy. Number 2, mall security with a knee brace. Still walking like it's 2-a-days, but now you're protecting Foot Locker from 8th graders. And the number 1 job these athletes can get if they decide to listen to Fat Tubby Roland Martin and dumb DL, I can't protect my daughter Hughley after boycotting scholarships for the cause, is strip club bouncer. Because, Brother Wise, if you can read defensive formation, you can definitely spot a dude pretending he knows the owner.
You know what?
See, we're going to be solutions-based as long as I'm on this show. We are going to be solutions-based.
Okay. It's fretting for
no, I'm just saying, like, I mean, you could be a DoorDash defensive coordinator because you can't let the fries get cold.
Oh my gosh.
Crystal, we'll give you the last word. We're gonna keep it moving.
I just want to say, and you were very helpful, Dave.
Thank you, Crystal.
I want to say that DC, I think people don't understand that Trump is doing exactly what the government is supposed to be doing, which is protecting the rights and freedoms of their citizens, maintaining law and order, making sure the place is beautiful for the citizens, providing national defense. Like, this is what the government is supposed to be doing. And I'm saying this because this morning on the Lord's internet, this girl got into my comments to tell me, what has the Republican Party done for you? And I just don't understand why people keep saying, what has the Republican Party done for you? I don't need the Republican Party to do anything but their job, which is to protect the citizens of this country, maintain law and order, promote economic stability. Like, this is what they're supposed to be doing. God has given me everything I need to do. I need in me to do what I need to do. I don't understand this government handout, this mindset that y'all got going on. I don't know what to tell y'all, but this is what it's supposed to be. Trump came in and did exactly what was supposed to be done because DC, from what y'all saying, DC was like a horror show. Courtney, y'all, I haven't been to DC since I was a kid, so I don't know. And
I stopped going. I stopped going down there.
If what you said, Brother Wise, if it's like New York, then I completely understand. And shout out to the Knicks for making it to the finals. But anyway, keep it going. You have to shout it out. I have to shout out. Listen, because I'm not a fair weather fan. I kept the Knicks going all these years.
Okay? Why is he hanging his head? Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
But you know, New York in the early 2000s, me growing up in New York is very different from. I went to visit it in 2023, and I was like, "What in the world happened to my city?" So, if that is what DC is like, I understand. So, this is a breath of fresh air for them. The fact, did y'all see how excited they were for that pond?
Mm-hmm.
Like the simple things, because this is what you're supposed to be getting. This is what.
Yeah.
Let me help people one more. I'm gonna land a plane with this. People, please understand, and I'm saying this because I'm gonna do a video on this because I'm so sick of voters and their lack of understanding your civics. Okay, because y'all will go and just vote for somebody because they had somebody twerking the video. That's why that girl in Michigan, Detroit, wherever she is.
Yes, the twerking candidate
who's trying to get votes for twerking. You have her because she saw Kamala and Meg, so she thought this is the way to go.
Wait, that was real?
Yes. Yeah, she's really running.
Yeah, she's running.
Holy smokes. Okay. I thought that was just somebody trolling. I didn't realize that was real.
Oh no, she's been on the news and everything, the local news, everything.
She's a real candidate. So you have people that think twerking, this will get them voted. You have the Negro spiritual ratchet Reverend Warnock, who gets up there and starts doing these Negro spiritual sermons to make people go vote. And people like, okay, I agree with it. Y'all have no idea what they're standing for. Please, please, please stop just voting for people because y'all think, oh my gosh, everybody else says we should vote for them. Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, said I should vote for them. Like, y'all stop. Y'all need to actually go do the research. And I'm saying that on both sides because I watched here in Georgia that y'all did not put a stand-up man in office, at least for the runoff. Y'all put somebody who was covered in scandal to go into the runoff because he had an R behind the name and y'all recognize the name. Y'all didn't even do the work. Like, stop just voting for people and not going to research who they are, research their policies, see what they stand for, see their character. You just keep putting people in on both sides, and y'all haven't even looked them up and figure out who are they. Because as Brother Wise showed last night, and I had that video, but I was like, I don't know if I want to put it out there yet. Them people ain't stupid. They putting in Democrats running in as Republicans. I want y'all to understand that. They're not stupid.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Exactly.
She's just being honest about it.
Being honest. But they've been doing, and this is what I told people when I was working on the left. I remember I was like, hold on. I noticed that there was a lot of people who on the TV would be arguing. But then I would see them when we would be going to different functions, and they're just sitting there commiserating, laughing, having a good time. And I'm like, but you just called her a name, called him a name, and but y'all friends? And I realized, oh, this is all a game. This is all a game. And this is the problem. Until y'all start doing the research, figure out who people are. And when you elect them in office, if they have not done their job, you fire them. You don't promote them. Until we figure this out, we will keep having these issues. But thank you for President Trump, who came in and being a breath of fresh air for America.
Crystal, they did that in I want to say it, if I'm correct, I think it's Florida, where the gentleman was a Republican and then switched to being a Democrat.
Well, here in Georgia.
Well, in Georgia, you had to do a switch from Republican to Democrat.
Okay, it was Georgia. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then switched to being a Democrat and thought he was going to win, but
he got smoked.
Bottom.
Yeah, he got smoked.
Because there's a lot of women here in Atlanta, and there's men that think they're women here in Atlanta. So of course,
But maybe the Republican Party, because it seems like anytime the Republican Party, the real Republicans actually play their game, because I keep telling you, the Republicans are bad at outreach.
Yeah.
They have nobody in the inside that's over on the liberal side. Maybe the Republican Party should start playing that game. And I think the closest person to it is Spencer Pratt with this whole nonpartisan. Just show actually what's going on. Makes a difference every time.
I think it was smart on his part to not choose a side and run almost kind of independent, nonpartisan, although his talking points are very conservative and they're right on par with what I think needs to be done out there in LA. But I think it was smart, because if he used to come out and say he was Republican, I think they'd be less receptive of him. But because he's come out and is like, hey, I'm nonpartisan, I'm not trying to be affiliated with any party, I just want to clean up the city. I think people can appreciate that, because most people want that.
Yeah, and I think when he just clearly said, when they tried to back him in that corner, oh, but are you okay with Trump supporting you? He's like, I'm okay with Obama supporting me. I'm okay if you're for Spencer Pratt, great, because I'm talking about common sense. And he keeps bringing it back to the issues. Just show what the Democratic Party is doing.
The fact that he's even gotten as much play and is going as far as he is a real testament to Democrat failure. If he puts points up on the board and gets to be the first or the second in that jungle primary, that is going to send absolute shockwaves through blue states who are already reeling. They cannot continue with their Marxist plan. They can no longer win on trans men in women's bathrooms. That's not a winning issue. I mean, how long do you expect to be able to have statewide or national success when you are on the 20 side of every 80-20 issue? Every top 10 issue, they are on the 20 side. The only thing, and I'm telling you, other than in these highly concentrated blue districts, I don't see how the Democrats can win. I've been saying I don't think they have the numbers. I don't think they have the numbers before redistricting. I didn't think they had the numbers before the SCOTUS decision. I'm positive if these seats get turned away and there is any redistricting, they're not going to have any numbers. And their selling points was to be able to go to these niche groups like the LGBT, like Black Americans, like the Dreamers, like all these little niche groups from whom they've concocted a fake coalition, and tell them your issues no longer sell. The American people, we can't win on these issues anymore. We can't even put them forward. They're so upset by them. They're in a bad situation. And I have to say, I am feeling, which I normally don't, very optimistic on the part of Republicans. Not even so much for the fact that the Republicans are doing such a great job, but the Democrats are absolutely jumping off bridges. They're doing everything they can to how do we say on YouTube, to off themselves.
Yes.
They're doing
self-delete.
Yes.
Unsubscribe in life.
They're doing everything they can. And Republicans, although they generally don't do much, they have figured out how to step out of the way and let them people jump off the bridge. So maybe we can have
I will say this, Celeste, you're right. There should be a concern there because they're running out of straws to grasp.
They are.
And once that happens, that's when, you get desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. So I think they know they're in trouble. They know they're definitely on the ropes, but the next step is just chaos and destruction. We'll just burn it down. If we can't have it, no one can. And people need to be concerned, there.
Mm-hmm. Keep your head up.
Some super chats. Keep it moving. Dr. Tam G, $5 super chat says, love you, Dave.
I love you right back.
FH Trustworthy, $2 super chat says, first time here, enjoying the conversations. Appreciate you pulling up. What is that? The Seaman?
The
Iceman.
Kevin? Oh, that's the Iceman. Golly, I can't see. The Iceman. Right. Okay, $5 super chat. I'm like, the Kelman? Okay, I see the eye now. That's terrible. That's all good.
You just came off of vacation.
The Democrats doing their best to chop wood and carry water as the left wing of, what is it?
The goddamn bird.
Okay.
Good damn morning, family. Hashtag 305, hashtag B1, hashtag cut the check.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to the Iceman.
Shout out to the Iceman. Appreciate you, Jay Witt, coming through. Grace and peace, ARP fam. Appreciate you pulling up. What up, Jay Witt? What up, Dion? How you doing? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Thank you for joining the ARP family.
You better thank a YouTube member.
Yeah. Shout out to T Bailey coming through with the $5 super chat. Says they're asking the kids to boycott, but won't ask their white Dems to vote black candidates or ask the adults at these schools to boycott. Shaking my head.
Good point.
Yeah. Good point. Shout out to Tam G, $2 super chat says, we're waiting for you, Dave, here in Texas. Come on.
All right.
Listen, I'm looking at Conroe, Houston, and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Plano.
I like Plano. Plano and Little Elm are very nice.
No, I think North Texas, the Dallas area, it's nice. I wouldn't do Houston, though. I wouldn't do Houston at all.
Absolutely not.
Houston, Atlanta, they're very, very close. I think Houston is the new Atlanta. I wouldn't do Houston. Shout out to all my folks down that way, but I would steer clear. Shout out to T Bailey coming through, $2 super chat says M. Berry was the last, or is that Marion Berry was the last Dem to do anything for my DC.
And he was doing it while smoking crack.
Yeah, the only problem
these people are drug free. What is their excuse?
Nothing. The only problem with Marion Barry is the fact that he focused so much on people, he forgot infrastructure and business. But if he just had that, it would have been actually good. But they're better than what we have here now.
Yeah. Duffel bag spaces in the building. $2 super chat says, I'm sure a rapper is somewhere on the jobs list.
And that's where you're wrong, because you underestimate me. There are 20 jobs on this list, and not one of them is rapper. Rapping ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? You could be a rec league legend dominating 42-year-old accountants every Thursday while telling everybody CashApp favorites. You could be an airport wheelchair assistant still wearing team issue sweats from 2019 like the military medals.
Because here in the DMV area, Wise, no. You know, Eastern Motors changes their commercials all the time. Rapping might help. Am I right, Wise?
No, you're right. You're right. I
Eastern
still remember that
Motors, the
old.
one
I
with
still remember
red-
that old Eastern Motors rap that they had back in the "Your Job, Your Credit."
Credit,
What?
that's
Your job,
right.
your
That's right. Me too. At Eastern Motors.
So you know
Your job, your credit.
Oh,
That's
honey,
right.
yes, exactly.
If you lived in the DMV area, you seen those commercials or you
That's
heard them on the
exactly
radio.
right.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
Hey, you couldn't help but start the vibe to it though. You could. It slapped.
It works.
You couldn't help.
I remember them joints when I was working at PGC, so I'm familiar.
Are they on par with 555 though? That's the question.
Hey, that's a second. That's a runner up right there. The Eastern Motors. That's a
I'm gonna
runner
have to
up.
see. I'm gonna have to find that Eastern Motors. I know we can find a clip. I'm
Go
gonna have to pull
find
some
it.
of
Go
that.
find it with the old Clinton Porters. Go find it.
Listen.
Old school.
Y'all say I'm out of control. See,
Shout the Rock one 1986. Iffy. Okay. $5 super chat says, think about it. POTUS has simply been executing the Democrat agenda from 30 years ago and has been wildly successful while Dems actively oppose it.
Absolutely. Trump is nothing but Bill Clinton. Respectfully. Go back to that old Bill Clinton playbook because Clinton changed his whole situation because of what happened to Dukakis. And if you go look at those campaign commercials, they're not Bill Clinton and Al Gore are not like other Democrats. They're going to be tough on crime. They're going to clean up. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. He's doing the same thing. It's apples to apples. And we're not even going to talk about the fact that Clinton ran on a little thing called Make America Great Again. But again, y'all go off. I'm just
And immigration with Ira. He was the one for
and cleaning up wasteful government spending, sort of like Doge.
Exactly.
Yeah, called Ringo.
Yeah.
That the era of big government is over.
Yep.
Yeah. People forget. Short memories, man. Short memories. Shout out to Steve coming through. Buffalo in the building. $5 super chat says, morning. Just read another good book, How the Democrats Won the Black Vote. I'm 64 and didn't know some of our history.
There's a lot of people that did not know some of the history, and that's why they talk so crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Taurus Prince coming through. $20 super chat says, Brandon Johnson, we're going to fight Trump. But homicides go up. Spamburger, we're fighting Trump, but you're taxing your state to hell. Mom Dummy, we're fighting Trump, but businesses are leaving the city. Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. But that's most of your candidates on the Democrat side. They're running on fighting Trump while their cities are, just disseminating.
We're running on the national level instead of the local
instead of
level.
focusing what's going on locally. Yeah.
Well, they don't have anything to offer the local people because their agenda is about degrading their neighborhoods and quality of life so that they can get them into dependency and hooked on the nanny state. So they don't have anything to tell their local constituents, which is why they run on a national agenda, because they can't tell you what their local agenda is.
And that's why people should research, because if they research and actually pay attention, then they would know, wait, you ain't even offering me. Why you keep telling me about Trump? What are you doing here in the city? What are you going to do here in this city? But they don't talk about Trump. That's why people need to pay attention and stop.
We're laundering money to the teachers' unions.
That part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We are stuffing ballot boxes whenever we can.
Maryland just did that, Celeste.
That's what we're doing. Okay.
Maryland just did that, Celeste.
Sad. What up, T Jamal? $2 super sticker. Appreciate you. Tam G coming through. $5 super chat says, I live in East Texas. It's awesome and beautiful. Yeah, if I was to do Texas, which I'm not, but if I was, I would prefer to be in one of the smaller towns in Texas. That'd be my preference. Close enough to drive to Dallas or something along those lines, but I'd prefer the smaller towns.
Yeah, that's like even here in Maryland, the smaller towns are much better.
I want to tell y'all something about Maryland. When they talked about the homeless in DC, the going away, Maryland, you better look and see where they went, because
they went.
You know where they went.
They went here.
They're in PG County.
I don't think they went to Virginia. Y'all better do a head count right quick.
No, they split. They put the homeless here left, and they sent the illegals to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody better give Governor West a head count, because I think your population just went up. Okay.
Shout out to Duffel Bag Spaces in the building. $10 super chat says, wait, I forgot. I'm Duffel Bag Spaces. We upgraded the $10 super chats now. I'm out here in South Dakota driving across this farmland. Crazy difference from city life in Chicago. Hey, Miss Celeste. You out there in South Dakota. Okay, now.
Why? Down there, though. It's,
right,
it's
now.
nice. No, it's South Dakota. It's very nice.
It's lovely.
Shout out to Laura Robinson coming through. $5 super chat says, Tomball, Texas. If you know, you know.
Is nice. Okay. Tomball is nice.
Okay.
Y'all just trying to get me to move there because y'all know wherever I go, I'm gonna bring some mess, and y'all gonna be highly entertained. I don't feel like y'all just telling me to come because it's a nice neighborhood, and I got an autistic kid, I got the homeschool, I got a wife. Like y'all don't care about none of that. Y'all just want me to make you laugh like I'm your damn laugh jukebox. Like I'm just your comedy.
Bring it.
Now come on to Texas. TMG $5 super chat says, I'm about 2 hours away from Dallas, just enough away from the city, but close enough. Yeah. Yeah, if you're an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from the city, if you can kind of be in that, hey, I can get to the city when I want to, long weekend, whatever, but I don't want to be in the mess. Yeah, that's right up my alley these days.
I want to be.
That's right up my alley. Plus, cost of living is going to be a whole heck of a lot cheaper. Dallas is starting to get up there because there's so many companies moving out there, and there's so many people, especially from the Northeast, moving down that way, and it's actually increasing the cost of living out there. But if you get about an hour and a half or so away, you can go up them old school prices, man.
Yeah, or maybe those people that are moving from California.
That too. Yeah, a lot of folks in Cali moved there as well.
Yeah, I would go like out where Mika is, but like she got the last $200,000 house sitting on the lake. So. Listen, I don't care what y'all say. Tasha K is an excellent journalist. She said the house is worth $200,000. I really, it's on a lake. It's on a lake.
200 on a lake
in Maryland.
In Maryland.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why she couldn't. That's why she couldn't hack it in radio.
Well, I don't know what. Well, I was gonna say, what can you get for $200,000 in Maryland? I mean, if you're in Baltimore City,
you get a box.
City, you can get you one of those newly renovated row homes. Now.
With junkies standing outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you walk down the street, you might get robbed, you know what I'm saying, or worse, but it's newly renovated though, and you can get it for $1.87.
You go get that.
It's really motivated though.
You gonna get that. You gonna get that trailer that Spencer Pratt got rolling around. You gonna get that.
Oh, you BSing. That is a nice trailer. It looked like a silver bullet.
But that's all you can get for $200.
No. The trailers are more expensive. The trailers are more expensive. You're gonna have to go into the. You're gonna be upper twos, going to threes.
Can't you get one of them Amazon pull apart houses?
Them tiny
you could, but the land is still gonna be $200,000 or $300,000.
There you go.
Oh my God.
A tenth of an acre in Maryland is ridiculous. You're gonna spend 70, 80 grand or more, depending on where it is, for just a tenth of an acre.
But Wise, to your point, and to Mika's point, this is why people are leaving these cities. Because to me, Mika made a very good point about having $1 million home in it being in a neighborhood where homeless are outside, people are on the corner, having a mini drug mart at the top of the street, and that's where your bus stop is, or that's the way you go to walk to the train to get to work, and that's where you hold your hand so you can walk your child to school. People are realizing the cost of that life. People don't understand. People think, oh, you live in a bad neighborhood. And no, these are people who are lawyers, who are doctors, who are highly educated, who have homes above $800,000, who are walking past needles. And this is happening in all of these blue cities. The cost of living like that is so high that it's just natural people to say, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to get $750,000 and more. And I'm going someplace where I can take my child to school and not have to walk past homeless, naked, crazy, fighting drug markets.
Or
people don't realize that is happening in places where you have to pay almost $1 million to live. That's the cost of being in these cities.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Well, San Francisco, you go up into Canada. I met some folks in Toronto. Dude told me, his house was 1,500 square feet, $1.2, $1.3 million for it. I'm like, are you crazy?
50.
He's like, oh yeah, that's just what it is. You know, you have to spend that kind of money.
1,500 square feet.
Yeah,
You got to go outside to change your mind. Ain't no way. It's no way.
1,500. Yeah, 1,500 square feet. Yeah,
No,
crazy.
don't do that.
Shout out to Taurus Prince coming through. $2 super chat says, would have named more, but my pockets ain't that fat. Okay. Opposing Countess, $2 super chat says San Antonio is great. Also, go Spurs. San Antonio's blue though. It's a blue stronghold in the state of Texas. It's right there with Austin. My cousin lives out there, and it's a blue stronghold out there.
Oh, we're not doing Go Spurs right now. Right now, we're going Go Knicks. That's what we're doing.
Oh, Lord.
That's what we're doing. We're going Go Knicks.
I didn't know people were still watching the NBA. I mean,
listen, I don't watch NBA like
that. Crystal, somebody in the chat also challenged you. She was like, I bet you couldn't name 4 Knicks players right now.
On this team or just in general?
On this team.
On this team.
Yeah.
I won't be a bandwagon fan.
Hey, she's about to go back 30 years. Patrick Ewing.
Because if AT's in the chat, he was saying,
John Starks.
They made fun of me for they said, what is your favorite team? I said, listen, I haven't been watching it, but my favorite team will always be the New York Knicks. I've never been a fair weather fan. I've been a New York Knicks, a New York Yankees, a Giants girl. I've always been that. And he was like, you would say that you're a Knicks fan? You wouldn't even say like you're a Brooklyn Nets. I was like, I am a Knicks fan. I was then, and I will be one now. I said, doesn't matter. When everybody else in my house was cheering the Chicago Bulls and they were laughing at me when Michael Jordan would take it, or laughing when Reggie Miller decided he was going to steal our chance of winning, I will never forget those days.
Crystal, don't feel bad. I am a Redskin fan. I don't call them Commanders. They were named Redskins. We're going to continue to call them Redskins. And I have never in my lifetime seen them win.
See?
I ain't mad at you for continuing to call
You were born last Tuesday.
I know, she's a youngin'.
Just because it's the East Coast. I don't care. I'm with you, Crystal. Just because it's East Coast.
Tam G, $2 super chat says, yep, Dave.
I already know I'm your comedy jukebox. It's fine. It's fine.
$5 super chat says Midlothian, Texas, where you have land and about 30 to 45 minutes away to downtown Dallas. Small town living, but great down home people.
I just pulled them up. They got like 5,000 square feet houses starting at like $395. So
yeah, I like the sound of that. Yeah,
I can have me a Mika house, just not on the lake. It's just
$2 super chat. SA right. San Antonio, but stay out of Austin. It's too gay. Okay.
We heard.
Yeah, Austin's another blue stronghold.
I never knew that. I don't know a lot about Texas.
Yeah.
I used to program CBS in Austin. Austin is extremely blue. It is extremely liberal. When I moved, when I got my contract to go to K104 in Dallas, and I left Austin, the engineer had gun here, 2 on his hip and 1 on his ankle. And he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You ain't never seen somebody with this many guns before, right?" I said, "No." He said, "That's because you were in Austin. That's Sissy, Texas. This here's real Texas. We're a real civilized society around here. I suggest you get yourself some. Austin is how you doing.
Yes.
It's hey girl, hey. It is the Atlanta of Texas.
Yes, it is. I heard
it's real zesty. All the, when black women talk about sassy men, it's sassy man a go in Austin.
I never knew that.
Masculinity is looked at as toxic. It's the only place
I'm from
Texas
DC. It don't matter.
Looked at as a toxic.
I'm from DC.
We already know.
All right, let's keep it moving, man. Thank you guys for the super chats. If you do have anything that you'd like to add, obviously, super chat, super thanks. Greatly appreciate it. If you are a member, ARP family, and you want to add anything to the conversation, you have access as well. Use your membership. You have the ability to do so. It will definitely get read up here. Hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button. We'll appreciate you guys. I want to play this clip here, from this fella, and I want to get your thoughts. Crystal, we'll give you the first word.
Shit, and I don't give a fuck who cries in the comments. It's about to get real.
Sorry about the language.
I'm done apologizing for being white. I didn't own slaves. I didn't write Jim Crow. I didn't redline shit. I was born in the 1980s to a middle-class family that had to work for everything. I worked 50-plus hours a week, pay my taxes, and I'm still told I'm the villain. Every day it's check your white privilege, do a land acknowledgement, post the black square, feel guilty for something I had zero to do with. No fucking way. My great-grandparents came off a boat from Germany with nothing. I've got black people in my family tree, and nobody in my bloodline ever owned a slave. You want a fucking apology? Dig up the dead. You want money? Call Congress, or better yet, fucking work for it like everybody else has to. I'm not your emotional punching bag, and I'm sure as hell not your ATM because my skin is lighter than yours. And let's be real, people who never pick cotton want a check from people who never owned a plantation. That's not justice, that's a shakedown. And these sniveling liberal white apologists crying online for sins they didn't commit, you're not brave, you're a fucking embarrassment. You apologize when you fuck up, not for history you weren't alive for. I'm sick of being told it's a crime to be a straight white man in this country. I go out of my way to treat people with respect until they give me a reason not to. I'm done bending the knee. I'm done whispering. I'm done disappearing into the background so you fucking feel comfortable. I'm picking my side. I'm not guilty. I'm not sorry. I never was. You can fucking stay mad. If you're done apologizing too, drop a comment below.
I'm sorry, I love him because he's 100% right. I don't understand why they listen. I'm so sick of white people that want to the apologists. I hate those. I remember the lady who got on the Lord's internet and said, when a black woman speaks, you do this. And I was like, what? And all the black women are like, thank you, my white sister. I'm like, are y'all stupid or stupid? Why do y'all like these? You know what? I love it. I'm gonna take it right back to what Wesley Hunt said. Soft bigotry of low expectations. That is what this is all about. And I'm so sick of the white apologists, the white privilege stuff. Wise, we had this video on last year where that man said, privilege is when you could be on government assistance and still wear expensive sneakers, have your cell phone bill paid, and all. That is privilege. Not having to get up and go to work every day to make a living for you and your family. I remember a girl, I told y'all, a girl saying that she would tell her son, her white son, to apologize for his white skin because it's offensive to black people, and black people need to know that you feel sorry about your white skin. And I'm like, why do you think I'm inferior to you? Like, am I less than that? I need you to apologize for how God made you? Why? I don't need that. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm glad that he said that. And I hope more people move in that manner. I don't want white people to apologize. And that's how God made you. And you are wonderfully made in the image that God made you in. No apologies needed. And black people, you need to stop letting these people pander to you, because you end up looking stupid. You end up looking inferior and ignorant when you sit down here, because they're the same white people that apologizes, the same one like Kathy Holschel who says y'all don't know what computers are. Okay? The same white people. And I don't understand how people don't realize that's a form of racism. Just in case y'all didn't know, that's a form of racism right there. When they're thinking like that, when they're speaking like that, that's racist. When people can move and walk and align with you because of the content of your character, your abilities, your merit, that's the way it's supposed to be. So shout out to that man. I don't know who he is. I mean, like AT, I don't care for all the F-bombs, but I support exactly what he said. And y'all better stop acting like y'all were picking cotton yesterday, because ain't none of y'all pick a bale of cotton ever. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mika.
Yeah, look, before, all of this talk of white apologists and like, they've always actually done that. But here's the problem. They go for the party that actually took away the right to have reparations. Okay? Because the Republicans gave it to those people. Mm-hmm. They gave them exactly what they were owed, right? But now you get this group of people that get so far away from that generation. And you get these group of people that dangle that carrot in people's faces because they know the emotion behind it. They know they know the actual history behind it. And they use that as something to not only shame and guilt people that had nothing to do with it, but also put people that may have been descendants of slaves back in their proper place. Oh, guess what? You were a slave. You were a slave. We need to let you know you were a slave. Right. And so you never end up getting out of that perpetual cycle. Two, if they were going to do this, they would have done it a long time ago. The Democrats have not done anything for reparations. I mean, how many times have they studied it? How many times did Kamala study it? How many times did the Black Caucus study it? How many times is bald-headed Ayanna Priestley gonna bring it up? Okay, all of them are using this as a perpetual thing to keep something going when they absolutely know, if you really wanted to do this, why don't you go after the corporations that had a hand in it? Why don't you go after Johnson & Johnson? Why don't you go after the Rockefellers? Why don't you go after these people, right? These people that actually had a hand in it, but they don't want to do that because there is a concerted effort to keep people not only divided, but there's a concerted effort to keep Americans poor, and that includes the white ones. And so when you look at all of this, you got to understand that it's not only racial is at the bottom. It's a whole economic game. It's a whole economic game. When you start letting people infiltrate, like John D. Rockefeller, when you start letting people like J.P. Morgan and all of these corporations and families intertwine into government and politics, you now have outside influences making decisions about groups and people and classifications, and nobody looks that up. Nobody actually looks up why these certain things happen. So the people are uneducated. The people don't know civics. The people don't know what the actual history is. All they know is the emotion behind it. And the emotion behind it is the reason why we're at the same place that we're at. I sit here as a prime example that there are plenty of people, white and Black and Native, that have gotten together and actually made headways. There are plenty of us, but they like to keep us divided. If you actually go and do the history and look at who you really should be looking at, who you really should be getting after, it would involve a lot of the people that you trust in to actually help you to get to that point. So I say all that to say, people really, white and Black, need to start looking at the real enemy instead of turning on each other, because that only keeps us in this perpetual state of classism, racism, poverty, and any other ism they can put in to keep us divided as a country.
Dave, we'll give you the next word.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Couple of quick things. Number one, I could give a rat's ass about a white man apologizing to me for the atrocities of my of what was done to my great grandfather on up. That's not what I'm on. I'm really at a point in my life where we can have the conversation. I'm tired of blue-haired liberals telling me how oppressed I am. However, that doesn't mean that there's still not things that need to be taken care of. Right, I'm with Mika. There's a lot of corporations that need to cut the check. I don't need your I don't need your tears. I don't need your guilt. Even if we took slavery off the table, I'm not. But even if we took slavery off the table, we could do Jim Crow. We can do redlining. We could do grandfather clauses. We can do poll taxes. We can do what hell Wells Fargo is still doing to this day, devaluing Black homes based on the fact that there's Black people there. But when you put white people in the same home, they all of a sudden raise the appraisal value. So there's plenty that happens that are uniquely discriminatory towards foundational Black Americans, but this is not a situation where it's a race-based giveaway and the whole, well, I didn't pay for this, I didn't pay for that. You didn't have a damn thing to do with Notre Dame, but somehow you paid to fix that. You didn't have a damn thing to do with Afghanistan, but you paid to fix that. You didn't have a damn thing to do with Vietnam, but you fixed that. Like, there's all of these things. To this day, we don't have a damn thing to do with the small hats across the world that seem to be pulling strings, but yet and still, we keep paying for everything. America pays for everybody else. Banks fail. Didn't Obama rescue them? Yeah. Airlines fail. Didn't Obama rescue them? Foreign countries need the money. We find it. Farmers need subsidies, especially if they happen to be palm colored. We find it. Corporations need protection. We find it. But when descendants of slaves ask for repair for the damages that were done for those atrocities and the atrocities that still affect us when it comes to, I don't know, a thing called the wealth gap, which doesn't necessarily apply to me, obviously, but on average, there's about a $220,000 wealth gap between people who look like me and people who look like the pleasantly plump gentleman who does not want to apologize anymore. everybody all of a sudden gets offended when repair comes up, like we're asking for a calculator from Dollar Tree. Pay the debt. You can keep the apology if it keeps you asleep, but cut the check, create the programs. Guess what? If you can give it to natives, if you can give it to the Japanese Americans who you're putting in internment camp, if you can give it to people who we rescued in WW2, and I said it like that because I'm not like Elon Omar. I know the difference, but I'm saying it out of respect for your channel. Then there's no reason why you can't repair these folks. Then we wouldn't worry about scholarships being taken away and gerrymandering and this, that, and the third, because we find money for the dumbest things, but we don't find money to make sure that those who do not have the advantages that I have had, that some of us have had, get those advantages, because everybody's not on the equal playing field. I'm not going to act like they are. Now, having said that, I'm not walking around telling people that they're privileged, because if you find a white man who's supreme over me, tell him, why isn't he in Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine like my black ass is? That's it. That's all. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Celeste?
So white people, I would love to help you out. Consider this just a free offering and a token of my affection. Your guilt, if you have any, is absolutely misplaced. And it is certainly the evidence of the fact that you are misinformed. Because the truth is 90% of all white people who are in America today are descendants of immigrants who came here in the 1900s. They had nothing to do with slavery. They owe nothing for slavery. They don't owe me an apology. You don't even owe me the check. Y'all don't owe me nothing. So the only people who have convinced you of this is apparently you have attended a poor school system, which means you probably went to school in the United States, where they misinformed you about, in fact, what your true heritage is. So all of this walking around with guilt and when a black woman speaks, you must be quiet, and the putting on the kente cloth and genuflecting when black people die in the rotunda of the Capitol, all of that performative activity is absolutely unnecessary. If anybody asks you, you just tell them, oh no, my people were here, and move on and go on with your business, live your lives, thrive to the best of your abilities. Go ahead. None of this needs to be on your radar. However, if a check must be written and must be cashed, then we have got to appropriately place that bill where it belongs, and that must be on the Democrats. If there's going to be any reparations, it can only be paid by Democrats, because those are, in fact, are the perpetrators of, in fact, your slavery. They fought a war to keep you slaves. They erected Jim Crow. We've gone over this. But if there is any wrongdoing that has to be repaired, it must be repaired by Democrats and Democrats alone. And white people, you can get out of this conversation quickly as soon as you divest yourself and provide daylight and separation between you and Democrats. That slavery was not done by white people. It was done by Democrats. So whites, separate from Democrats, and you're out of this entire conversation entirely. Free yourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to correct something. And I rarely do this, but I want to correct something, my brother Dave. The indigenous have absolutely gotten nothing from the United States government. All we have is the opera's Miranda to get out of the United States. There's absolutely nothing that they have actually gotten, right? As far as a tangible, because here's the problem: a tangible would result in nobody being able to align themselves with getting your tangibles. Because I know people are, if you're aware of history, you would understand that there was a certain thing called the $5 Indians. Okay. If you understand history, there is an actual thing called the Washington Redskins that were all natives, right? And in that history, you got reclassified. You got reclassified, and some even reclassified into being Negro, right? And so, and this is what I am talking about. This is why I speak about the liberals, whether you're talking about slavery, whether you're talking about the indigenous, whether you're talking about just regular white people who weren't even considered white until the Democrats, the liberals, actually needed them for numbers. This is all an actual game. Okay, I give you a crumb here, I throw you a crumb here, which is what the Democrats are still doing to this point, to give people crumbs to make it seem like, well, I have gotten something. Getting a reservation and a Coke 45 is not reparations. So I want to say at the end of the day, if natives, if black people, if white people in America, okay, because my family is Polish, if they all actually got together and looked again at what I keep saying, these liberals and these corporations who absolutely have a vested interest in keeping people separate and ciphering off of every last community, you would actually see what's actually going on. And you would actually probably get a check cut, because plenty of these corporations have plenty of it, and they keep getting it because we're not looking at the actual puppet masters.
Hell no. That's why I said we go to the corporations.
Yeah, but folks also aren't focusing. They're not focused on the right things. Going back to, this guy here and his statement, I definitely understand exactly where he's coming from. The most demonized people in the 100%. Country in this day and age are white men. They get called everything but a child of God on TV. There's no other group in America, probably over the better part of 16 years or so, that has been more demonized and talked about by everybody. I mean, you can literally get on TV, the radio, and you can say anything that you want to say about a white man. Anything. You can, and some cases, they will applaud. You know what I'm saying? They will stand up and give you a standing O for saying it. You know what I'm saying? But in reference the reparations conversation, David, we had a conversation on that. It's not going to happen. And the reality is, you also can't legislate a mindset. And when you start looking at people who have a piss poor mindset, can't legislate that. The government can't do anything, about your mindset. That's something that we would hope that the churches would do, but a lot of these pastors out there, they got a piss poor mindset.
And who's funding them?
We've talked about that. Well, we also understand,
and that's the thing.
It's Democrats. It goes back to again. It goes right back to Celeste. What she said in reference. If a check needs to be cut, it definitely should be cut. By Democrats, but. How about going across? I never hear anybody. Yeah, you're not gonna get no bread. And then I never hear people talk about going to Ghana. You literally got black folks that will go over to Ghana, talking about they going home, but you won't talk to them about selling your folks. You know what I'm saying? But you're talking about you went back home. And you're twerking for the ancestors.
Yep, they need to cut the check too, because the small, you're right, Wise, because the small hats, they not only are getting money from America, and the reason why, Dave, they're getting money from America, because I told you about the J.D. Rockefellers and all that, they had a hand in that. They're also getting money from Germany. Yep. So guess what? When West Africa pay up right along with everybody else.
I mean, and I get it. There's a lot of money to be made, in this industry. I get it. There's a lot, but I also understand, you have more and more, white men. I don't know about white women as much, but you have more and more white men just coming out and saying, you know what, we tired of it. You know what I'm saying? We tired of being demonized. We tired of y'all talking about us like a dog. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't do nothing to you.
And built the country. Can we say thank you? Okay, because God knows you did a wonderful job. Okay, can we say that? I'm sorry, I don't have any problem saying it. Listen, not only have they been demonized, and that's why they've been demonized, because they want them to be pushed back and to be marginalized so that they can keep chaos and disorder, because their agenda flourishes in chaos and disorder. And I have said this on this channel before. If you want to get rid of all of this Marxism and all of this disorder and chaos happening in the Black and every other community in this country, the only thing that has to happen is white men and Black men have to unite. Don't worry about the women. Y'all go ahead and unite. You have a platform in which to do it, because there's not much difference between white men and Black men. Both of you all generally want the same things. So as soon as that happens, the jig is up. We're all waiting, and we'll get AOC to pour you some lemonade when you're finished with the stomach.
I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking that.
You know what's so crazy?
Bottled water.
The funny part is exactly what Mika said. A majority of the people, especially right now, the midterms is going on, and you see bald-headed Presley made her way up to say we're about to start discussing reparations again. At this point, y'all have to.
At what point do you say stop playing in my face?
Exactly.
But at the same time, you have
because
enough
it
people
strikes
out here.
the emotional wise,
Yes.
and that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. If you get off the emotional and look at the business, okay, you want to keep talking to me about this reparations. Well, it's not the average white person who is absolutely not only maybe have a wealth gap when they have money, but they're also poor when they don't have money.
They really
right?
are.
So who is funding this whole operation? That's where you need to go. But I guarantee you, Ayanna Priestley won't tell you. No, her smooth brain ain't gonna tell you that those
brain.
Hold on, she's sitting down here arguing with that one lady who says reparations need to go to the illegal immigrants. You forgot Jaya, whatever her name is, the other one.
The second Miss Curry.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it needs to go to illegal immigrants. So there you go. This is why a lot of Black Americans got mad at me, and I was like, "Why y'all mad at me?" I was just telling y'all can't. At the end of the day, your reparations went with the illegal immigrants, and the party that you supported gave it away to them. The amount of money they gave to illegal immigrants, let's be serious. The amount of money they gave away, these people were set up in 5-star hotel. Money, as Celeste says, money was being funneled all over the place. And so at the end of the day, y'all are, I'm going to say it again, y'all could be in your feelings because I know Instagram is watching right now. Y'all support your oppressor.
But you know what? Crystal? At the end of the day, it's what James Brown said. James Brown said, I don't need you to give me a handout.
That part.
I need you to open the door. I walk in myself.
Yeah, but the door is open now. And that's the problem. And that's what I don't understand. The door is open. You got communities right now, honestly, I mean, you see them in Baltimore, like buy the block, and you can buy them for $1,000.
$1.
You can and some of them $1. Yeah, you can do this. It can be done, but again, it just goes back to I mean, there's so many different things, but
Here's the thing.
you can't legislate mindset. So the reality of it is this: Black folks have money in America. I mean, most people in America have money. Even the poorest is still considered wealthy on the world stage. Even the poorest amongst us. But when you make money and you spend it the way you spend it, Mika talked about this last week. Black women have a net worth of $5 or something crazy like that. It's not because they're not making money. It's because we got spending problems. And the reality of it is, it's really an American issue. Americans have spending problems.
Yes.
We love credit. We covet foolishness, and we overdo it. And we spend entirely too much money. And when you look at prior to 65 and the wealth gap was decreasing, and then it has, just exacerbated since the 60s, that's not a slavery issue. That's not a, you know what I'm saying? It's not a slavery Jim Crow issue. It really isn't. It's a mindset issue. It's a heart issue. And now you look at us today, no one can say anything. Anytime somebody tries to correct, even you, Dave, will get just destroyed for trying to give some constructive criticism of a better way to live your life.
Yeah,
because
and that's why the thing of it is
there's no money in actually solving the problem. There's only money in talking about somebody needs to do something for us, when in all actuality, you should be doing it yourself. It's a cultural problem, and you can't legislate changing people's culture, and you can't legislate improving people's mindsets. You can't do it.
No, you can't. But you know what you can do? You can legislate mass indoctrination. And that's what no one likes to talk about. Because the Pentagon has made Hear me out. The Pentagon has made a crap ton of money putting out certain movies that are pro-America and anti-certain things. We have a society that gives kickbacks to certain politicians, mostly Democrats, some Republican, but mostly Democrats, to put a certain message out there. So that, for example, when a buddy of mine bought 10 acres in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were walking his property, the neighbor came by and said, "Hey, which one of you play? But what position do you guys play for in the Titans?" And my homeboy, who is more famous for writing songs for people like NDRE, said, "Blank, I make beats." Because that's the mentality. We're either athletes or we're rappers or we're gangsters. Then this over sexualization of our women, all of that is controlled by Hollywood. Hollywood kicks back to the government. The government lets Hollywood get certain tax abatements. So you can't legislate a mindset, but you damn sure can control the way that the indoctrination has taken over. So it's not as easy as you and I have it, whereas though we were raised a certain way, we have certain experiences. That stuff in mass, and I say this all the time, 95% of Americans, whether they are black, white, red, or green, are stupid on purpose, because that is the design. Because an educated electorate is an electorate that would not let most of this stuff stand. We would be more like Jeffersonians than we would be Republicans or conservatives. We would let this country run with the red stuff that comes out of your body if we were educated enough to know what they were doing. So you can't legislate a mindset or a culture, but you can talk about the damage that was done to it by people who profit from our ignorance. And I'm not going to act like that's not a thing.
You get no argument from me on that, Dave. You get no pushback, no argument on me from that. But when I look at the opportunities that do exist today for Americans, when I look at the opportunities that do exist, and then you go and you say, well, you know, Black folks aren't getting SBA loans. And then you go look at the credit scores of the average Black person. It's well below what it should be. And you look at, oh, they're not. What?
Can't do that.
Why?
Because here's why. When you look at the people who qualify for SBA loans, who look like me and have my background, because you still have to check racial boxes. If you had apples to apples, it's just like with prison. If I commit a crime that involves white powder and somebody else commits a crime that involves white powder, the person who's palm colored is going to get less time. If I qualify for SBA loans, and I qualify for several, I still am not as likely as anybody else to get that loan statistically, and it has very little to do with credit score. Because the people who don't have the credit score are not the ones who are applying by and large, because you already know those standards when you apply.
But don't we already know that's optional? That's optional.
Certainly.
That you don't have to put that. I don't understand why any of you actually put white, black, or anything. That is an optional point.
Well, I'm not taking a government loan any way you slice it, because I know better.
I'm just saying,
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, and I was also, you go down through the different programs, FHA loans, things of that nature, which, home ownership obviously is the number one way that people generate wealth, here in our country. It's always been the case. Land ownership, home ownership.
Absolutely.
Those opportunities exist, but as many conversations as you hear about a reparation check, that is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. We've talked about this a multitude of times. It's never going to happen. People stop spending energy talking about something that's never going to happen and actually have conversations about things that you could actually do.
That part.
They don't want to have that conversation.
Okay, if you can't get an SBA loan, okay. Where are the Black folks putting their bread together? Because Black folks got money, putting your bread together to purchase stores, to do certain things. Like, where is this at?
That part.
Well, see, but you have to talk about, but Dave, then you would have to talk about accountability, right? Because
Certainly.
that is the other side of it. Yes, there has been atrocities done, blah, 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 right? You've acknowledged it and talked about it till you blue in the face. But now you have to look at this, right? Because in Baltimore, to Otherwise's, point, in Baltimore, there are dollar homes and you can keep them as a dollar. All you have to do is sit up here and fix them up.
Fix it.
You mean to tell me that your papa, who was out there fixing cars back in the day, don't know how to do these homes? Any other time, you know how to find people to go fix up this in your yard and all this other stuff. And let's say everybody on the block is on public assistance. right? You get at least $1,000. At $1,000 a pop, all of us can buy up this block using the government funds. So I'm just saying, even if you're dirt poor, that's still an option. That's still an option. But again, when you go and tell people that these are options, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to get up and say, okay, yeah, let's all do this. But then the white liberals come in, and when they come in and take advantage of it, now it's gentrification.
Yeah.
When they did the exact same thing. And some of them, and if you look at them in these communities, they have the spending power. They have the actual money to get it done. They just don't do it because they're too busy being brainwashed and listening to the white liberals that go and buy up those same exact homes. And then they're sitting around saying, oh, white people are gentrified. And no, the same white people that you vote for are doing this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a waste of time conversation. The same folks sitting around talking about sports and all this other kind of stuff that ain't gonna do nothing for you. I mean, it's another time wasting conversation that people continue to have. And I mean, it is easy. It's easy to follow the W.E.B. Du Bois route and the Divine Nine route because that route doesn't necessarily require any work because it puts all of your grievances upon someone else instead of saying, you know what?
And it doesn't produce anything.
And it doesn't produce anything. Absolutely. So I know there's people who are like, Dave, they love you, but they don't want someone to tell them like, hey, get up and go get it, bro.
Listen.
And quit waiting and quit having conversations about something that ain't going to happen. You wasting your time.
All I'm going to say is if you're telling me that, for lack of a better word, because you can't read. So if an ignorant person right out of slavery that can't read, that can't do all of these things, can take what skills they have and go make this happen, when it's real racism, when it's really involving, you may get hung on a tree, you may get this, that, and the third. When you actually are facing something actually real, you don't have no capital, ain't no credit, none of this stuff. You are telling me that people in the time of where you can sit around and make a song that's not even your voice. You are telling me that people in a time where you got information here, right here, that they can't figure it out. You have to be the dumbest. You would have to be the dumbest. And I don't think Black people are that dumb. I really don't.
So I'll say this. I'm agreeing with you 100%. I think the problem comes for a lot of people when we are looking for some fairness. And the fact of the matter is it's going to be extremely difficult to find. Obviously, it's not going to be able to be legislated. You cannot codify it. And it's going to be difficult to find because there are too many individual choices that come into play. We have a wealth gap. Yes. We also are the people that go into lowest paying fields, even on purpose, even when we go to college, even when we're borrowing large amounts of money. We borrow large amounts of money to go into fields that are least likely to pay us large amounts of money. I mean, there's too many individual variables to explain, and most of those variables depend on our decision making. There's very little systemic impact on Black people. Most of what's happening to Black people is happening post 1965, and it's happening based on our own decision making, which is why the best thing Black people can do is like what anybody else with self-respect and dignity does, which is fix the things that they have control over in their own lives. You can pick what you want to study. You can pick who you want to marry. You can pick how and when you have children. You can pick whether or not you live a healthy life and eat healthy foods. You can, and I'm not getting into my 9 pillars of poverty, but you can pick a lot about what you want. And if you actually exercise discretion and discernment over the 90% of your life you can control, you will find out that the 10% of your life you can't control really doesn't matter.
I'm gonna read some super chats.
I'm sorry, Wise. I just don't understand how some people are sitting in the comments and y'all are like sitting there making excuses. Like, why?
That's all they got, yo.
Like, stop.
It's easy to make excuses. And that is the problem right there. It's easy to make excuses. You know, it's
we're
easy
women.
to get online and have grievances about what some man hadn't done for you. The same people that y'all say, and I think that's such a real crazy thing too. Folks will get online and call white people the devil. And then you'll turn around and say, but they need to give us something. Like, it's the craziest thing ever, man. It don't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense, man. Shout out to Tony Hamilton. $2 super chat says anti-Americans in Congress should be investigated. Yeah, I think we can all agree with that.
They were by McCarthy, but they lied to us about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Bromez. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. $5 super chat says Kamala Harris has a sale on knee pads guaranteed to climb the corporate ladder. All jokes aside, thank you for what you do. God bless. I appreciate
that book got to be studied. That got to be studied. She got all the way to vice president.
Hey, that right there in itself, that right there shows you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with some modern ingenuity, man, you can make it, man.
Some modern ingenuity. Never mind.
Modern ingenuity.
Hey, the sky's the limit for you.
I'm saying, because you're better than Corinne Stephens. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Illustrate Life 1776 with the super chat. FYI, viewers can go to Liberty Score to quickly research candidates prior to voting. Yeah,
cool.
But that's only if they're currently in office. If they're new, you're not going to get any information on them from the Liberty Score. Shout out to Karen Elliott, $2 super chat says, morning ARP family, came in late, love you. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to Insurrection 8744, $5 super chat says, we had our reparations. 360,000 Union soldiers died for complete strangers to right or wrong. We are the recipients of that sacrifice. Okay. Shout out to the Iceman coming through. $10 super chat says reparations is a legal obligation of the Treaty of 1866. Not paying it, breaking the law, is breaking the law. And any proud American should support the country they claim upholding the law and paying its debts.
You want to know something? What else is breaking the law? Not giving back Manhattan.
Yep. Very true.
Manhattan was supposed to be given back a long time ago. Okay, you wouldn't be living in Brooklyn right now. There would be no Bedford-Stuy. There would be no Queens, no downtown. There would be none of that.
In the goalpost movie, does that have to do with
what I'm telling you is they break a lot of laws. We're not supposed to be paying income tax right now. You will probably have a lot more money in your pocket. Okay, that is breaking the law. That is breaking the Constitution. What I'm telling you is you keep voting these dumb people in, they will keep on breaking the law because they're doing it. They did it in Virginia. Okay, just little things. They've been doing it. What I'm telling you is it doesn't matter if it's 1800 to now. They're going to continue doing it. And if you keep voting these same people in, it's not going to change. I don't care what treaty you're talking about.
Shout out to Danielle Manning coming through. Danielle Manning, $2 super chat says, I'm telling you, bubble wrap her. She's talking about Celeste. Bubble wrap Celeste, man. Danielle Manning, $5 super chat says, Sister Celeste is a cheat code in this game of chess, not checkers. Oh, Celeste, you got fans out here these days. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you don't need but one. That's it. Taurus Prince, $5 super chat says, Dave, how come you didn't produce the Democratic album? They had 4 or 5 singles last year.
The Democrats can't afford me. And then, any song I would make would be a hit. And let's face it,
you got to get on the NGO, Dave. You got to become Dave Anderson NGO. They would be able to afford you.
They got you. They got you. Shout out to Steve Edminster coming through. $10 super chat says the Democrats want reparations for the people they say they care about because they can smile when they raise and collect the extra money.
Listen, that's wild.
F you too. $5 super chat says, did Celeste really thank the white man for building America? Where's her family from?
I did. And from what I know, we are from the slavery. I can tell you the plantation in Georgia that we have traced it back from. I could tell you my mother's grandmother was born 8 years after slavery and ran around on a plantation and ate out of a pig trough. So I have my feet firmly planted in the United States. And listen, we have to be honest and grown up here, at that time when we were maybe 8% of the population, we were not building the country. 8% of no population builds the country. That does not mean we did not help. That does not mean we don't have a wonderful history. I do personally, and as part of the Black collective, I also do. But you didn't build the country at 8%. Sorry.
Well, I'm inclined to disagree because President Trump said Black people built this country. He said we didn't do it by ourselves, but we did a hell of a job.
Well, that's what he meant. But that's what he meant. The acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement. And he said, come on, man. Hey, there is a plethora of people that played a role in building the nation.
A huge role, a valuable role. But you can't say, oh, Black people built the country. Like,
because if that's the case,
that's absolutely not true.
If that's the case, we need to stop. We need to stop beefing with the Chinese, because the Chinese
they built most of the railroad.
The railroads, they got paid for it.
They did that for free.
To build the railroads. That's the part y'all leave
in that cave over there, and they blew up the cave. You know what I'm saying? And they did it for free. Like, come on, man.
But that's what. But that's the beauty of.
But who said Black people built the country and nobody else?
But that's the beauty of this.
But you get a lot of folks. You get, I mean, those 1619s out there. They'll say there's a lot of people out there. I mean, this brother right here is insinuating that.
Yes, I'm not saying that we have not played a pivotal role, and what role we played, I'm certainly very proud of, but that is not the point. The point is, you cannot say Black people built the country. You can say
what you can say is that Black people made this country a superpower damn near overnight through free African labor. Period. Point blank. We can argue the
all right. So hold on. Wait a second. Now you could say we didn't really become a superpower until the Industrial Revolution. So I'm not saying that the capitalism from the agrarian South didn't fund a lot of that Industrial Revolution, but what actually sped the America into that 75-year span where we outdid all of Europe was really because of capitalism, which is why people should stop spitting on that, and the industrialists who were over here giving all of the money, the resources, and basically the wild west of regulation to come out here and create and do what you want. People were coming from all over the world then with an idea and a dream to build something big here, and that's why.
Well, I just want to say, this one thing. Are y'all going to give Nikola Tesla's family reparations? Because without Nikola Tesla, they did not. They absolutely did not. Nikola Tesla died poor, and
sure enough need it.
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, he died broke and destitute, but he absolutely is the reason why you got everything, and I do mean everything in the modern age. They're not going to do it, and we're talking about the same players that we're talking about in slavery. We're talking about J.P. Morgan. We're talking about the Rockefellers. We're talking about Edison.
Correct.
Yeah.
The haves and the have-nots.
Yeah,
that's it.
Elevated Engineering coming through, $5 super chat says, Dave, I mess with you, man, but this panel is not it.
You don't leave this panel alone.
Hey,
he's my people.
It's okay. It's okay. No, he has the right to have
somebody has to be here for foundational Black Americans and agitate. That's my job. That's what it is. Period.
You know, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of America. We could all be together. You see how that works?
That's why conservatism is the best.
Exactly.
We're not a monolith. We don't agree on absolutely everything. I won't find Crystal a man even if it kills her. She's just gonna have to stop recording everything. That's it. I'm gonna get Wyatt some new Black t-shirts. That's it.
Egyptian cotton.
Egyptian cotton.
Hey, make sure they soft, man. Don't send me no gilding t-shirts, man. I'm gonna send them back.
Do you know the thread count on Egyptian cotton, Wise? Understand when you're winning, sir. Can't even give a brother a good t-shirt without a fight.
No, I appreciate it. I just said make sure it's not one of them gildings. You know, I'm gonna send it back to you.
I don't know. You don't want to. What about me says gilding, sir? Does this look like gilding to you?
No,
he said just make sure. He said
I just said make sure.
I wouldn't do that. I love you, bro. I wouldn't do that to you.
Shout out to the New Life gift in the becoming an ARP family member, man. Thank you very much. The New Life. Thank you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Counter Leotards or Is it couture leotards?
Yes.
Okay, couture leotards. Goodness gracious. $10 super chat says they stopped the Black women who were venture capitalists because they were only loaning to Black women. It was against civil rights laws. Okay.
And that's why I always say them civil rights messed up a lot.
And that's why are we calling it civil rights? Like, you know what I'm saying? Japanese Americans got Japanese internment rights. Native Americans got native rights. But when it came to us, they wanted us to be civil. No, I'm good.
No, that's what you bargained for.
Yeah.
Well, not you personally, but those
No, because I
people.
wasn't born. I'm not that old, Mika.
I know.
So last Tuesday birthday.
I knew you were gonna go there. But no, that's what Martin Luther King and all those people that later realized that's what they were bargaining for. I just want you to be civil.
I don't even know if they later realized it. I think they did it on purpose.
Exactly.
I think everybody else all that was a psyop too.
Thank you, Celeste. I was just thinking that like they did that because now everyone is part of civil rights.
And they knew that.
They knew that
on the back.
And that's
playing the
what
game
Marxists
for
have
a very long
always
time.
wanted.
Dave, what you sent me this morning, and I was going to showcase it, but we're about to go on 11 o'clock, and I got to go pick my car up. But it's the propaganda out there, man. Everything on the backs of Black folks, you know what I'm saying? But not actually for Black people. But then you'll get folks out there and say, but they still continue to support this foolishness.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense.
It's the peanut butter. You put the black face on it, but it's really about something else underneath.
Absolutely.
Spread that black all over it.
Yep.
Absolutely. It says, why I stopped telling Black folks cannot get reparations when everyone is getting reparations without damages. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's all. You know, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Simple as that. So put your focus on something else.
Exactly.
Put your focus on something that's tangible that you can do.
Can I say something? I would love to see the trial. I would love to see them go somewhere into a court or before some deliberative body and try to explain the condition of Black people isolated from any personal choice, only from a systemic lemma. I would love to see somebody do that. And you know what? If they can do that, I'll come out here and say I was wrong. They had a point and all of that.
Well, where's the lawsuit at?
Well, there was one. There was going to be one. Johnny Cochran had made a phenomenal case. He was filing a brief in 2000 and whenever it was, right before, like literally right before he passed.
Well, why doesn't Benjamin Crump go do it?
Yeah,
because Benjamin Crump's a moron.
But my thing is, okay, Johnny Cochran, I mean, I get it. Johnny Cochran got famous, over the OJ trial, but he wasn't the only lawyer out there. And why didn't somebody else pick it up and say, you pick up the torch and say, you know what, let's keep this thing going? The NAACP, as much as they're out here trying to tell young Black men, you know what I'm saying, to forego, and the amount of money that they bring in, SPLC, all of these, where's the lawsuit?
Exactly.
They haven't had a lawyer since Thurgood Marshall.
Let's get our hustle, man. It's just a way to get some money, keep people agitated and riled up, and not actually focused on actually doing something.
But why? Somebody said in the comments, are y'all saying Black people are only waiting for reparations? And that's not what we're saying. But majority of the time, the conversations you hear with Black people are supporting Democrats because the Democrats are going to get us reparations. I've heard this conversation. It's been
I'm not a Democrat, so I can't relate. That sounds like some amazing tether babble. There's I'm telling
you, in my comments, they will come and they were like, so the Republicans ain't doing nothing for you. The Democrats is trying to get us reparations. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Why would you expect Republicans to do? I'm not even trying to be funny, but respectfully, why would you expect Republicans to do something for you when 90% of the time your big back asses are voting for Democrats without asking for anything? We live in a constitutional republic. We have representatives in all branches of government because it would be crazy to have 300, 400 million people trying to govern. So we elect people to represent us, to get us things. And then you wonder why the hood is messed up. It's like, this is why I can't deal with Black Democrats, because they are delusional and they think that Whoopi Goldberg is a subject matter expert.
You know what?
No.
Hey, I'm just saying, Barack Obama was in office for 8 years and not one person brought up reparations
Oh, no, that's
he
not
had
true.
the and
Cornell
he
West
had
and Tavis
all
Smiley
three
brought it
branches.
up.
You know how they like to say that they had all three branches in his first
Those
in
first
the
2
part of
years. Yeah.
he had all three
Hey,
branches. He
Al
could have voted
Sharpton was
for
at the White House more than anybody, and it was never broached. So,
What was he doing over there?
Yeah, I have no idea, but he
Skinning
was.
and grinning. That's all he's good for. And getting trying to find out if he can get a government subsidy for his perm. That's it. What the hell you expect? Al Sharpton? Who look at him as a leader?
Shout out to DBS Move, or is that DB Smooth? It might be DB Smooth. Okay. DB Smooth, $5 super chat says, let's buy the systems they use to keep us in chains. We can't stop crime, but we can own the prison. We got to relearn to circulate black dollars. Okay.
Dr. Claude Anderson talks about that.
Dr.
All the
Claude
time.
Anderson.
Can we go backwards for a second, please? Buying the prison.
Absolutely.
I understand y'all. Why don't y'all start at home before the crime starts? Why are we talking about you can't stop the crime at home? Stop at home first. Raise your children. First. Before you start talking about anything else, let's buy this. Let's take care of your children first. I don't. Your children are running the streets rampant, doing these takeovers, taking lives, doing all kinds, burning cities down, and y'all are talking about let's buy the system, buy this. But no, deal with home first. Why don't you?
But they're right. They're right in a sense, Crystal.
I like the idea,
like I said, Dr. Claude Anderson definitely talks about that. And but when we as regular, quote unquote, regular people talking about it, it's oh, you don't want black people to get representation. No. If you understand how the system works, you're not going to get it. And everybody else, and Dr. Claude Anderson talks about it in Powernomics, everybody else buys it. The Chinese, this and this and that, and people will say, "Oh well, we're unique. We're unique." They don't care. I was going to use another word, but they don't care how unique you are. They don't care about your situation. They don't care if you came out of slavery, came out of poverty, came out of this. They don't care about that. Where you are at this point in time, you need to buy the system, and there's more than enough black wealth to buy the system. It's just the black wealth don't want to buy the system because they don't want you on a level with them.
Well, not only that, if you look at it like this, you can get buy shares in private prison today. Why doesn't the fraternity, Alpha, whoever, Kappa, Omega, whatever they are, why don't they all get together and say, we're going to take $100,000, we're going to raise it in 30 days, we're going to take each of their members, give them $1, and we're going to...
Because they'd rather dance around like monkeys like Roland Martin does. They're absolutely useless. They're talented 10th ass Negroes. But to Crystal's point, the majority of black people, I don't give a damn what the media says, the majority of black people are taking care of their kids. It is a small minority who are acting up. That to me is like just when I told Charlie Kirk, RIP, that it's ridiculous to say that 13% of America is committing 50% of the crime. Because when you say that, you're saying 100% of black people are committing 100% of the crime.
Yeah, it's probably
That's
1%.
Not the truth.
You know,
it's literally 1% of us, but it's so loud and it's so platformed that it looks like the rest of us. How many people you rob, Crystal?
And it's so violent.
But
why? How many people you shoot?
But it's not
how many
that
kids you got running around in the street?
Well, I'm glad you went there, you know, and you went there, because I don't want to talk about my past.
But it's not that day though.
Oh, I agree with you, Dave. I'm just saying people say we can't stop the crime, but the thing is, stop saying you can't stop the crime. Deal with your kids at home first. And this wasn't just to black people. This is just across the board. Deal with your children at home because you can stop the crime. Train your children better.
But it's not even any of that. It's just the fact that I can tell you what it is. It's the fact that other black people won't call it out. I look again. Growing up mixed race allows you to see the other side. White people will call something what it is, don't want to be around it, shame it, do it, whatever they got to do to get rid of it when it's their own. That's why you don't see it. And they won't promote it either. White trash isn't promoted on television. They don't align with it. It's there. They're like, we don't ever see white people because they don't align with it. At least in the public, right? Other black people don't want to say, I don't align with this because they don't want to be shunned by other black people who are not going to do nothing for you no way.
Yeah, and plenty of us call out though. Like that's the thing.
It's not enough.
There's not enough though, Dave. Because you got, I mean, when you got the quote unquote, you know, and Celeste, forgive me, because I'm about to talk about the you talk about this. When you have what's considered, you know, the upper echelon still supporting foolery, you know, like the Divine Nine types, and you know, they had Trick Daddy and all them, but they have the education, but they're still, you know, low vibrational, low quality individuals.
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to be polite here, Dave.
Okay, you can be polite.
He took Minister Danzel's spot. Just stupid.
I mean, show me how in 100+ years what the Divine Nine has done tangibly to move Black America forward.
Nothing.
Do we not still have hoods? Do we not still have food deserts? Are the gas stations still at least 8 to 10 cents higher in the hood than anywhere else? Is grandmama still on diabetes because she ain't got no fresh food? Are most kids in major metropolitan cities at or below reading level? What have the Divine Nine, Talented 10th, Dancing Monkey, cane twirling, dog barking, and ski-weeing and purling done for Black people? Other than talk about we's educated. And to prove it to you, I submit to you, Roland Fat Behind Martin.
Absolutely.
But then,
no, you're right.
when they have
ain't done a damn thing.
They could have
missed me with your book fair.
But they could have even done something, even when you're talking about media and being brainwashed. And then they created Zeus Network.
Yeah.
No. Amanda Cerny created Zeus Network, but you don't even know who the hell that is.
I don't.
But exactly. Just like you don't know who Jim Ackerman is, but you know who Mona Scott is.
Yes.
The difference between me and you guys is I spent my life in mainstream media. I have worked on reality television. I know the people they put up front to make sure that they stay protected and they don't catch any of those hits.
Isn't that the case?
But that's the point. Why don't they say no? Like, I'm not going to.
Why don't they say no? Don't you know a horror too, Crystal? Don't you know a couple of thoughts?
That's what
so my whole My whole thing is just because you would say no, you know people who you like and are cool with who are absolute sluts who will get that credit card cracked down there behind. So it's like you can't act like everybody. To Wise's point, you can't legislate that. Because that's not going to happen. You can say, why would you just say no? That's like saying what Nancy Reagan was saying. You got all the opportunities taken out. Somebody gives you an easy out, and you're about as bright as a dead light bulb. And you talking about, well, why won't they just say no?
That's what I'm saying, Dave. I'm saying we just talking about the Divine Nine and all that. Why don't they come together and put down some good, wholesome uplift? That's what I'm saying. They have all this money. Why can't they?
There's no interest in doing that.
Most of them are broke, and there's no interest in doing it. Because it's pomp and circumstance. When have the blue bloods or the elites ever done anything for the masses? When?
No,
that's
never.
My point.
And they don't have any interest in doing that.
Saying.
You know, and I mean, if you think about it, W.E. Du Bois, the Divine Nine, the Talented 10th, the goal wasn't to actually uplift Black folks. That was never the goal.
No, it was to look good in front of white folks and be light skinned and act the ape.
It was to keep the same people who have been in power in check.
Exactly.
Because during Reconstruction was a period in time where Black people had actual wealth. And how do you check wealth? How do you check it?
You have to take it away.
Yeah,
exactly. Or diminish it.
Well, I go ahead.
Let me read the super chat. Faith M, $10 super chat says, agree, Brother Rise. I had the same convo with a friend yesterday about reparations. I told him it's like in vogue, never going to get it. He said there are states allotting it.
Woo.
You mean like California?
Yeah. TMG, $5 super chat says, I love you, Celeste and Crystal as well. I love the panel. Y'all are awesome. Godspeed. Thank you, TMG.
Thank you, Dr. Tam.
Doctor, you know what? I'm gonna give her that. Dr. Tam, thank you. Tars Prince,
she is doctor today.
Coming through, $10 super chat says, I wanted to get my family together and tell them we should open a bank account, and every week we would put $100 in it, $100 each, and then buy land, farm or open a business. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. You know, one of the things that you should be doing, honestly, you know, is when you first, you know, Trump implemented the Trump accounts, but you should have already been doing this.
Yep.
As soon as your child is born, everybody gives them money, birthdays, Christmas, all these types of things. Just take half of that bread, start putting that in the account. And then when you get paid, you take $50 and you put that in the account and you invest, so forth and so on. By the time your kid's 18, they're not going to have to go to college because you're going to have, you know, $15, $20, $25, $30,000 to give to them to start their own business, man, and get things popping the right way.
But you want to know something? You could do that. People, I say this all the time. A lot of people don't even look at the other things that they could. Okay, you can't do this, can't do that. What about the life insurances? What
That
about
too.
Amen?
Say that all the time.
There's so many ways you can roll this stuff over and give wealth even when you don't got it.
Yeah, just the life insurance. Somebody said that if you want to stop the crime in the hood, start putting life insurance on all the youngins.
Everybody. Yep.
Can I say something?
And guess what? They'll figure out a way to go in there and clean it up because the insurance companies do not want to have to pay it out. They would invest the money in those communities to stop it.
Here's the problem, because I tried to do that. You have to prove, because I tried to get life insurance on rappers. I was like, well, since they're going to go out, somebody got to be paid. Why not me? And I called around about that. And I was told the reason that I could not get life insurance is because I could not prove loss of income if, in fact, that person dies. So you have to do it with someone who's in either a business or a familiar relationship where you can prove an actual harm if they die. But we should now, that's what we should be pushing for a law for. Let anybody be able to take out, because if I see you living out here wild, why can't I capitalize?
If you're in a project building, all of us are in a project building. I know it's a high chance because of where we live, you're not coming back home. You got insurance on my kid, I got insurance on your kid. It just blows my mind that you
don't take much, especially you start putting it on the young kids, 16 to maybe 12, 13. You're talking about $20 a month or so. You know what I'm saying? On a policy that could, yield you $50,000, $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Start putting, I promise you, they start putting life insurances, policies on all these
no.
They will clean the neighborhoods themselves. They'll come through and say, we got to tighten this up, man.
Absolutely.
The stupid chat with the family putting the money together. That's one thing I used to see in when I used to work in the bank was a lot of the migrants. I don't know if they were legal or illegal. Probably legal. I don't know, but they would come in and they would all live in one house and they would have this joint bank account and they would build that bank account up so high so they could start a business and then buy property and then buy another property, and they would be until they all can get into their own homes. And I was just like, geez, these people.
Oh no, we talk about that. We talk about people like that. Man, look at all them. There 10 people in a home. And like, that's what we should have been doing. That we were doing that.
Yes, and that's why they wanted the separation. Everybody understands that you pile up people in your home. You have a regular home. You just pile them up in your home because money going outside the home versus flowing inside the home.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this last thing. Invest in water.
I like the sound of that.
How many R's in water?
No, a bunch of them. Invest in that, because I'm telling you right now, it's just like, when they was doing Bitcoin and all that. With all of these, the Democrats got y'all talking about, the energy, and they're leaving our communities dirty and this and that. Okay, they want you to invest in the energy. Invest in the water, because the water is going to become a commodity. They're going to start regulating that water, and if you get in it, you get on it right now, I guarantee you when all these data centers are finished, because right now they're getting off on all these tax breaks on all these areas, and pushing the energy onto the people. But when it's actually up and running, the water is going to be valuable. It's going to be a valuable source.
Can I say something to that? And then I promise I won't say anything else. They in 1994, the in New York, what are they called? The United Nations declared water a commodity. It was no longer a human right. they reclassified it as a commodity. And at that point, Nestle started running around the world. Nestle and Coca-Cola started running around the world, buying up all of the water rights for companies in Africa and Asia who owe the IMF. And that's how they were so-called going to pay the IMF back, was to trade the rights for their good, fresh, natural water. So Nestle and Coca-Cola own almost all the water rights on Earth. So if you invest in them, even if they start denying water, you can tell them to pay you your dividends in bottles. So,
yeah, a mess.
Let me keep going. Shout out to Dr. Tam G, $2 super chat says, "Brotherwise, I love you too. Appreciate you." Dr. Tam G, $2 super chat. "All skin colors built America." Would agree. Chef Narrative, $5 super chat. "She comes from a lineage of the house slave. That's why she's thinking white men. Slavery was not what we think either."
Oh my goodness! I wish these people would stop.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to pay that go on, but we do appreciate the super chat is appreciated.
Thank you for the money.
Yeah.
Shout out to B-Wise, $10 super chat says, "Love the content." Appreciate you, B-Wise. Shout out to William Mason, $20 super chat said, "The Constitution wasn't wrote for Black people. We weren't considered 100% human when they made it. It was wrote to protect slave owners, amongst other details. Most laws in America are wrote to villainize."
The Constitution was.
Hold on, wait. Let me get this one. Let me get
okay,
this
go
one.
ahead, FBA. You got it.
Thank you. Okay. The Constitution wasn't written for foundational Black Americans. We all know that. Just like the Constitution wasn't written for illegals, but somehow illegals got housing and food and training and jobs and every damn thing else. And then anytime we try to round them up and pack them up and get them out of this damn country, like Barbara Jordan warned us about almost 40 years ago, we're told that they have human rights and this, that, and the third. So if they have human rights, ipso facto, we got human rights, and that's my Constitution, this is my country, and I'm fighting for it. Period, point, effing blank. So absolutely. I'm still trying to understand how the hell you can repair people that had nothing to do with this country, but you can't repair us. Man, miss me. But yeah, no, this has nothing to do with how it was written. It applies to us now because we're American citizens, just like it applies all of a sudden to all these illegals that ain't bought in, paid taxes, did nothing for this country. So
and uses the 14th Amendment.
You're welcome. All tethers, you're welcome. The 14th Amendment was us. You're welcome.
Shout out to Marion W, $10 super chat says, "New to this chat, you're a breath of fresh air. Blessings." Appreciate you. Chef Narrative, $2 super chat says, "Our reparations have been going to Israel for years." Okay. Shout out to William Mason, $5 super chat says, "We could buy prisons quicker than raising the next 1, 2, or 3 generations."
I think that's brilliant.
Shout out to Papa Dot, $5 super chat says, "Wise took time off, only works 3 days a week anyhow." And his first day back says, I gotta get up out of here. My car needs me."
Hey,
Papa be on y'all gonna leave Wise alone. Damn.
Papa be on you.
He jumping in your ass. They keep jumping in your ass.
Dang, Papa Dot. I was gonna show you some love today too, man.
No, F that love. You got to jump in his ass.
Yeah,
I still love you, Papa Dad.
Me too.
Yes.
Taurus Prince, $2 super chat says, "I don't have kids." Okay.
All right.
Captain Caveman coming through. $10 super chat says, "People need to forget that reparations talk. California Governor Newsom hijacked that with the AB 321 bill in 2020, and New York Governor Hochul signed S113A in 2023. Basically empty calorie bills." Shaking my head. Yeah. I mean, it's just something that they use to get Black folks galvanized to come and vote for Democrat Party, and then you won't hear from them again for another 2 years. That's just it's what it is.
Just math.
Yep. Shout out to Island Girl, $5 super chat says, "Celeste has a beautiful soul. She loves Dimash. Sorry, Wise, I had to plug." Hey, I like Dimash, man. He's dope. Dimash can sing.
He is.
You know, the one thing, if there is a knock on Dimash, and this is just my opinion, if there is a knock on Dimash, I think he lacks a little soul. You know what I'm saying? He could deuce coming down in the South and doing the Chitlin circuit for about about a year, that might actually change some things for them.
Mm-hmm.
Darius coming through, $2 super chat says Mika is right about investing in water.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to become a commodity.
Shout out to my guy Jeff, Papa Jeff. We're gonna start calling Jeff Papa Jeff now. He's grandfather now. Congratulations.
Okay,
once
Pop
again.
Wow, congrats.
Pop. Yeah. Jeff, it's not your fault. Al&I Recovery Channel. $11 super chat says, peace be with you all. You are making a difference. Keep the faith. Appreciate you, Jeff. Go take care of that grandbaby. I know y'all spoiling her up. William Mason, $2 super chat says, how much does she have invested in water?
Well, it depends on which one you want me to talk about. You want me to talk about my child swab, or you want me to talk about?
No, we can't disclose that information.
Then why do you care?
Water.
We tell you.
She just gave you a tip. Like, you know what I mean? The only person who's going to give you better tips is Nancy Pelosi, but you ain't arguing with her. Anyway, let's keep going.
Fair point.
Shout out to Omega coming through. Been a member for 7 months. Said the Constitution was written by Freemasons. Large majority of them, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And shout out to Rosa Jones. Hey, Miss Rosa, how you doing? $2 super sticker. Appreciate the support this morning. And with that being said, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. For pulling up and hanging out with us this morning. Thursday, we're right back at it with the call-in show. So we'll open it up, allow you guys to call in. I think we're going to do a raffle as well. We're going to give away one of Michael Hancock's books, The Rules for Restoration, signed copy. So I think we're going to give away 2 of those on Thursday. I think that'd be pretty dope. And I'll think of something else. Maybe we'll give a t-shirt away or something on Thursday. Oh, shout out to Hunter coming through. $10 super chat says won't be long now before we start seeing the Dune movie come to reality and people are trying to extract water from blood. Goodness gracious.
You got 2 other ones, Wise.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. DB Smooth, $2 super chat says or build
desalination plants.
Desalination plants. Okay. Is that possible? How expensive?
It's expensive, but people are doing that, and especially in other countries and other places, they are doing that.
Yeah. Okay. When you say $1 million expensive, couple $100,000 expensive,
500 million to $1 billion in capital expenses. So
500 million.
500 million to $1 billion because you got to cover $1 to $2 per gallon of daily production capacity. So if the water costs $360 to $580 per 1,000 gallons, it's a very expensive water supply alternative.
Or you could go back to the Boy Scouts and remember how they taught you to purify water.
Get you a well.
That you right about that.
Get you a well. It'll purify itself.
Shout out to William Mason, $5 super chat says, at Dave, you're right, but actions of our government's actions say otherwise. I'm highlighting actions. Okay.
My uncle says, buy politicians.
Yeah.
Buy the politicians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uncle Claus said, buy the politicians, buy the politicians. That's it. It's only the hell.
Shout out to Tamika Hodges, $10 super chat says, I missed this talk so much. It is important that we get our information from the right places. We have all we need to pull ourselves out of this mess we are in. All right, Tamika.
Yeah. And Wise, you said a good book on one of your videos. Who Moved My Cheese?
Oh yeah, Who Moved My Cheese?
That's a great book.
I have that book. Yes.
Oh man, Who Moved My Cheese is a phenomenal book, man. It's really small, real teeny tiny book. But very powerful. Very, very powerful. You could read it. Probably could read it today in about maybe 30 minutes.
In one dump. If you got to take a crap, that's the book. It's a one dump.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so I'm the only one who read. Oh, so wait. Oh, Crystal, you sitting up here reading, you reading the Lysol on the toilet talking about contents under pressure. I read actual books on the toilet.
I don't have to read.
Lord.
I don't have to read. I have healthy bowels.
Audio books.
I have healthy bowels. They just
flows right out, huh? You got a squatty potty, huh?
It's definitely worth checking out, man.
Crystal about to have a prune cobbler. That's why you can't have a man. You over here making prune cobblers, men one piece.
Prune cobbler?
Hey,
you making prune cobbler.
Did I not say it's time to unbig the back? Did I not say that?
You did say that.
Okay.
Yeah, she
over here drinking Smooth Moves tea.
Unbigging the back.
Exactly.
People still trying to get an understanding of what that means. Unbigging the back.
Means, what does that mean? Listen, have you ever seen my fat pictures, Wise?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it means to unbig your back.
Can I just say this real quick for everyone that's in the comments says, Crystal, you need to stop eating so much. I don't eat a lot. First of all, this is called an autoimmune disease. That is what
because the diet don't work the same.
But and
it's
I'm telling
racism.
You, it's when you have autoimmune disease, you have inflammation in your body. What do you want me to do? I'm even trying to get all this under control. So
water, we're gonna do an alkaline water fast, and we're gonna put some okra in the water, and we're gonna put some Gale in the water and a little bit of lemon. You'll be all right.
And some clove.
Clove.
Well, I've been doing like turmeric, that golden milk at night to help with the inflammation to bring it all the way down.
That sounds like some of that Dick Gregory. You got going, Dave. You got some
Bohemian
of that
diet.
You got some of that Dick Gregory.
Yep.
William Mason with the $5 super chat says, talking about the investments without going into detail is doable. I'm worth 950,000 or so myself.
All right,
I'm sharp. Thus I asked.
I would say water. Go ahead and get you some silver. Some silver. Get you some gold. Go ahead and get those. Those are some very good investments to have. If you
we are not financial advisors.
Exactly.
We're not financial advisors.
But we think you should go and read and find out about it.
Absolutely. D Shep coming through with the $20 super chat says, we complain more about lack of opportunity than those before us who actually had no opportunity. Why is that? That's a good question. That is a good question.
Great question.
Very.
Shout out to TMG coming through. $2 super chat says, I am right here with you, Crystal. I guess TMG saying she needs to unbig her back as well. Lord have mercy.
Y'all
a trip, man.
Why is it so controversial to say that there's a lot of slack-jawed North American big backs?
I don't know if I would use the term unbig my back, but I'm right there with you guys, man. I'm on a mission as well.
And the other thing is, when you hit like I'm 45 and I'm like, as April always talks about, when you hit that perimenopause life and you start feeling the hormone shift, that your weight don't change the way it used to.
I never knew that, Crystal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So
see, that's
young.
called black don't crack, Mixie. That's what that is. That's black don't crack.
45. Yeah.
Oh yes, I am a whole 45. I'll be 46 in July. So that's a whole different world. Hormones.
Shout out to you. Celebrate you in July.
Well, you thought she was born in 92 like you?
I thought she was over here. Why was gonna bust me out? Yeah, I thought she was over here.
Like I said last Tuesday, this is the problem with young people. This is
Hey, Crystal.
Thank you, boo boo.
Thank you, Jody Calloway coming through with the $10 super sticker. Appreciate you, Jody. And thank you to was that Alicia? Alicia C's. Okay. $2 super chat says Crystal is beautiful, just as she is.
I'm with that.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy, though. I think a lot of people look at the weight loss as trying to look good, but no, just the health aspect of things. I'm sure
I don't want to die.
That's why
I recall seeing Dave in pictures, and before I met Dave, and I saw him after, and I was like, that dude lost a lot of weight, man.
A lot of weight.
And then we had a conversation and explained exactly what happened. I was like, oh,
I'm serious. I want you to text me your Dick Gregory drink. I want to make some. I got a juice over here.
I'll make it. I promise you, I'll make it. But you just have to make sure it works because, like I tell you, the hormones is. Look, I already reached out to somebody. I was like, can we figure out my hormones so I could get back to?
Now I'm not a doctor, but I've heard a lot of
played one on TV.
She's like, I'm just a light skinned Mixie that got sense. I got it. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna tell you. If you can get HRT,
I'm thinking about it.
I've
immediately.
I've seen so many women just in the the 45 and up. I'm telling you, it's a help. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
HRT and some peptides. Listen.
Tell it.
We in 2026. We are not our ancestors. We got technology. Use it.
Use it. Absolutely. So what is the name of the book? I think we were talking about Who Moved My Cheese.
Who Moved My Cheese.
Yeah, Who Moved My Cheese. It's actually
after you read Who Moved My Cheese, you should get The Real Black Agenda.
I know that's right.
Book.
Go and check it out.
Available at the link in my bio. It's a phenomenal book. You should read it.
Check it out.
It's got some time in
Come on, Chris. I mean, come on, Celeste. Come on, raise it up. Where is it?
I'll get you before Celeste. Dave, what
There's too many black people talking.
I said, what you doing this Friday? You said?
Friday I'm having a wealth masterclass. Link is in my bio. B probably put the link in the description. I need y'all to come Friday. It is free. I need y'all to pull up, not like AOC, and don't pour me no lemonade because I'm not drinking it because I don't trust AOC lemonade. But I need y'all to come if you're trying to build your business, if you're trying to grow, if you are still hoping for reparations, but actually want to do something tangible for yourself while waiting for reparations. Come on through. I'm gonna show you how to get this money. I'm gonna show you how to take your situation and make some money with it. So come on through. It is live. I'm not ducking no smoke. I am not ducking no questions. You know what Jesus said right before he rode into Jerusalem wise?
What is that?
Bring me that ass. So that's what I want y'all to do at this wealth.
He's saying.
That's what it's in the Bible.
I am what he said. Over.
He said, "Bring me that."
Oh my God!
It's so, like I said, it's a wealth masterclass. It is free to register. Spots are going quickly. It is this Friday. I am giving you absolutely everything I have learned from going from homelessness to homeowners. So you're going to enjoy it. Please come through.
And Sister Celeste has an amazing book as well.
Yeah, check out. Go and check out the Ass Backwards Way to Move Forward. You know, it's over there on Amazon. Celeste Duffy. Go check it out. I know a lot of you guys, and if you want it signed, you know, I'm sure you can get it signed.
I'm going to send you my P.O. box.
Yeah, I've been waiting on that for a week now. Yeah.
Well, first of all, you were laying in the sand somewhere, so.
Oh Lord! Damn! Men can't even rest. See, black men can't even lay on the beach and frolic.
You absolutely cannot.
The email isn't shut. You know what I'm saying? The text still works.
Okay, well, I'm thanking you for that. And
you could have emailed me
last week. B put something in the chat, so I need to send you something. Since you want to put me out here on black.
Well, he got to put us out. He didn't put me out. You know, everybody know.
Yeah, I want you to know this is why I'm strong. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right when they do me. That's right. That's why they're asking for bubble wrap. It's for you, Wise. They see how you treat me.
Damn.
Well, I was just saying, I was like, hey, the email still works. The text still works. So, you know, we've been waiting, but you know, hey, guys, as soon as I get it, you guys will get a hold of it.
It's coming today.
Thank you, Tam G. Thank you, Tam G, for the $2 super chat. Says women's hormones do this to us.
It really does.
Absolutely.
B-Wise, $10 super chat says, y'all are more blessed than you know. Oh, I'm extremely blessed. Ridiculous.
Hallelujah.
Over here.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Tam coming through. $2 super chat says, I used to weigh over 400 pounds. Now I'm 240. All right now.
All right. That's a 160 drop. I'll take that.
Heck
I did
yeah,
362. I love it. Let's go.
Danielle Manning coming through. $2 super chat says, name of the book, Brother Wise, Who Moved My Cheese? Go check out Michael Hancock as well. Michael A. Hancock, Rules for Restoration. Phenomenal book. If y'all guys hadn't watched the interview, go watch the interview, man. It's dope.
It was good.
I had watched it myself. I had to go back. I was watching. I was like, oh, man, look at this. Like, man, this is actually pretty good. A lot of times when I do those, I just shoot it and then it gets edited and then it gets uploaded and it comes out shortly after. I don't take the time to go back and watch it. I just move on.
Really? I like rewatching. Like if I do an interview, I like rewatching it, seeing if if I'm very interested in it. I think other people would be interested.
Yeah, I mean, once it comes out, I'll watch it. But typically, I'll shoot it and then it gets sent to the editor. He's doing his thing, and I'll watch it when it's that time, and I'll go back on. And I actually watched the whole thing. I was like, man, I'm actually interested in this conversation. This was good.
Love it.
Shout out to Ebenezer coming through. $2 super chat says, God bless you all. Appreciate you, Ebenezer. God bless you as well, brother. And William Mason, $5 super chat says, why join a wealth class when y'all can elaborate on investing in water? For real though, thought it was a layup for y'all.
We can't. I can't elaborate on investing in water because some of you will then go take the clip and say, "Look, she told me to do it." I have since y'all like talking about degrees, I have a master's in accounting and mathematics. I could tell you a lot, but I don't. I'm giving you what's called a layup or help.
Exactly.
It's free.
Yeah. And by the way, the person that's having the wealth class didn't tell you anything about water, but even I have a water investment. So at the end of the day, sir, since you're worth $900,000, why don't you take 10,000 of it, buy yourself a scooter, and ride off into the sunset?
Golly, Dave.
Because some of this is ignorant. I mean, I appreciate the money, but it's like, you can't even do that. Bro, you can't even afford my taxes, respectfully, sir. So just, please, just pipe it down a bit. That's all.
I just live on the water.
Hey, support my brother Rolando as well.
Yes.
You know, I want to put his GoFundMe down in the chat. If you guys, you know, feel so inclined to help this brother, support him. And you know, he's trying to get his grill fixed. So help him out if you're more than willing to do so. That link's in.
Do we have any black dentists? Do we have any black dentists that could go up in his grill and fix it for him
and help him out?
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. Let's find
and that's sad that insurance doesn't cover this stuff. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Spend a lot of money, man. A lot of money. It's crazy.
A lot of money.
Dion asks what's wrong. Hey, Dion, click on the GoFundMe link and it'll give you the full information and details of what happened and what's going on with him. He's alive and he's healthy, but you know, he needs some help. So if you could, that'd be awesome. LJ said a gold grill. Golly, LJ.
Oh,
LJ, I love me some LJ.
Like really, LJ, a gold grill.
Invested.
Oh my gosh.
No, never
Y'all are
LJ either. I love it.
Y'all are a trip. All right, we're gonna get out of here. It's 11:30, and I gotta go pick my car up. Appreciate you, Dave, for pulling up today, man. Always keeping it cool and keeping it funny. Celeste, thank you so much. Crystal and Mika, man, thank you guys so much for pulling up and hanging out with us today. Everybody that supported the channel financially, shout out to you guys. Thank you to the Blues, B, LJ, Deb, Zeph, Lori Addison, Dion, Nanny, all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting or helping to keep things peaceful in the chat. We do appreciate you guys. A couple more super chats before we get out of here. Look at that. Insurrection coming through with the $5 super chat says, why does Justin Pearson reminds me of that Boondocks episode when Huey went to visit his childhood friend Cairo? Hey, there are a lot of situations that are coming out from the Boondocks. Did y'all see the dude rapper, you know what I'm saying, looking like Huey with the halter top on? Y'all see that? Like, yo, it is crazy, man.
Yes.
Like a lot of this stuff, I remember watching that show, and it's like, man, I think he's going too far, man. This stuff is happening.
Yep.
It's actually happening. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on, man.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Hilarious.
Dr. Tam G with the $5 super chat says, Brother Wise, can you send some of my super chats to him to help? Just wondering. Yeah, I can do that. Shout out to William Mason again. $5 super chat says, can't even give a real answer. I see. My father is a host, bro. I grew up around millionaires. You got jokes, but I'm asking for real.
Just come on Thursday.
No. I'm gonna give him a tip. Here's what I want you to do. Right? You since you got so much money and you just really want a water company to invest in, you can invest in mine. It's called drinkfatfreewater.com. So I'm happy to take your investment. There's your tip. Thanks for coming.
Well, I don't need him to invest in my water, but I do live on the water and I'm trying to fix my dock. So I will definitely take the investment. Okay. You can send all of the $5 super chats to officially Mika and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Shout out to the chaplain with the question. Says, Brother Wise, what's your YouTube channel name? It's called A Righteous Perspective, ARP. A Righteous Perspective. You can find me over there. That's where I be's at. Hanging out at.
I still appreciate him though. I still appreciate him for his consistency. So
no, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. You know, appreciate the super chats as well. But thank you guys so much. We're gonna get out of here, man. Lord willing, we'll be back at this thing on Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys pulling up today, man. As always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ. kid can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.